And we are live.
Tortillas, hi, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
Hola, señoritas and señoras.
So there was a pop-up right as I was changing scenes.
That was me hosting.
Okay. I wanted to make sure.
It's not important.
I wanted to make sure, you know, if it was a host or a raid or whatnot, that, you know, somebody saw it somewhere.
Somebody saw it.
Oh,
I did.
my foot is killing me now. I stepped on a piece of glass when I went out.
Oh, I was gonna say stop using it.
No, I said I broke one of the mason jars in the kitchen.
Oof.
And
No.
I thought I swept up it all up, but I got a nice little chunk of it in my foot, so I had to take it out.
There's always one piece that gets away.
Yep. And me being the genius that I am, I feel it poke into my foot. And I think it's, you know, a rock or something one of the cats dragged in. So instead of picking my foot up to see what it is, I drag my foot across the floor. To get it out. Yeah.
Stop it. Oh, that hurts. My insides hurt.
Oof.
I'm not even bleeding. It's one of those annoying scratches where I wish I was bleeding, because then at least, you know, it would have reason to hurt. And then as I'm walking back, Evie decides to jump on my other foot and start clawing the hell out of it. So
yeah,
I can't catch a break today.
No.
But how are you guys? How's your guys' week been since we last got together?
I had a very successful last hurrah weekend for camping before the weather starts turning cold and wet. So yay.
I live in Oregon. That's 8 months out the year.
Man,
that's awesome.
It was 97 over here today.
It was 65 here.
I heard about the 90-something weather. I was like, I
was sitting here.
Suck it, California.
Weather was nice and everything, and all of a sudden the Santa Ana winds came in, and it went from like 78 to 97.
Ooh, I do not miss Santa Ana.
So it was about 41 degrees.
Oh, that's nice.
So I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna turn the air conditioning on.
I'm tired of the air conditioning. I have to tell my roommate to open his window. It's starting to get cold here, and I hate the cold.
It's
hate
peak
it.
season for me.
It's gonna be 3 degrees tonight over
Is
here.
it really that cold already?
Dude, I'm jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is that Celsius? Is that like
That's
in Canadian?
Celsius. That's in the entire world except for the United States. Yes.
I know.
So what is
And kilometers.
What is 3 in freedom?
Korean freedom.
The F does not stand for freedom. It stands for France because they were the ones that introduced
Don't
Fahrenheit
get
to
all
the United
historical
States.
on us, Mr.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, but see, since we're the only ones who use it now, it's freedom.
That is
America.
37 degrees in French degrees.
Okay, so about
Ooh.
4 below me.
That's still pretty chilly.
Man, I
That's
wish
Thicker coat weather.
it was that here.
No,
Come on
you
up,
don't
Brendan.
wish it.
No, I do wish it. I love the cold.
Do you want the snow?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Take
Well,
Come
no.
it.
snowboarding with us.
It can wait until after I finish building my house.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
it can
Here's the
snow.
thing. Here's the thing. I've
That's
only
true.
been in snow once in my life.
Big Bear doesn't count because half that's fake. Confirmed, half it's fake.
We went off the trail when I was a little kid, and we saw these little bunny prints, and then these deer prints, and then these big ass cat prints, and then we left.
Ooh, love it.
And that was when I was a little kid. I haven't been in snow much.
That's when you load the rifle and you load your sidearm.
Yeah, see, we don't have that in California.
Government takes those
That's-
away.
That's what you get. We got hippies here, but we still got our guns.
Yeah, we did guns.
Yeah, hippies.
So,
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sure you got hippies.
no, but I would love just to live in an area that had snow or that actually experienced cold. Because
Here, move where I'm at.
Cold here is 60.
Oh, honey, and it doesn't even get that cold sometimes. Most of the
That,
time.
Most of the
that's
time
kind
it
of
does.
hot
Most of the
for
time.
me.
We may get one day out of December that gets 60, and then the rest of the day is back up to 80.
That's why I love being in 4 seasons now. It's been nice.
Nope, our seasons are fire, 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 and fire.
I love
That is the
fire.
sad thing. There is actually quite a bit of fire up here too, which makes me a little sad.
Have
but
you not seen the other side of the world?
Yeah. Not personally.
Now I'm sad. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. My job is done today. Okay, it's time to go. Bye.
Oh my god, the backgrounds that you guys have, like every time you move, are tearing behind you.
We're magic. Look at that. Woo.
Like
Ash's Castle.
Zoro's wrist is like non-existent with her or the wristband that she's got.
I'm Invisible
Oh.
Woman.
Like the void is just eating you.
You can see the green with
I'm
mine
going
through
into
my
the
headset.
ethereal plane.
Again,
Well,
I'm going back to be with my twins.
nice knowing ya.
Oh, stab me in the heart.
I think you just did.
He did.
So,
Ugh.
couple of announcements tonight, y'all.
We really
First
gotta-
off, our this tonight's stream is brought to you by. Looks like bats keep flying behind you every time you move. It's your chair.
It's great.
It's like your chair just like appears in for just a moment.
I like that it doesn't show the blue because my chair is blue and black. So good. Bats are my favorite animal. So
Anyway, this stream and the show is brought to you in part by Roll20.
Yay.
And on a little more breaking news, in the next coming weeks, this show right here will be going to a new home. We will be taking Gibbering Mouthers over to my channel, over on my Twitch channel. Not because there was any fallout or anything like that, or people don't like us or anything. It's just Behold Roleplay is going to be taking the roleplay streams and everything in a different direction than it is now. So they are going to be doing like a huge rebrand of some of the shows. And so to make room for that, we are taking this show over to my channel. Nothing's changing. It's going to be the same campaign. The only thing that is going to be changing is the name. Because when we take it over there and we do the rebranding and everything, we want something that isn't copyright infringement or can land us in hot water with Wizards of the Coast. Because Gibbering Mouthers is a copyrighted name. So just to like get aside any of the legalese or anything like that, because none of us here are lawyers, we are going to be going with a new name.
Yeah, and because we've been talking on and off behind the scenes a little bit about the world that we've created for this campaign and how we want to continue with this world and create the rest of the planet essentially, that could be used in this campaign or future campaigns or whatever. It feels right to have a name that we can associate with all of the stories that we create in this world. And
because there's still so much to explore.
There is, yeah. This is just one small like continental area of the world, right?
That we still haven't even fully explored.
That we still, we haven't explored like probably 50% of it at least.
This is like only one side of the world.
Yeah.
And this is the right moment to kind of make that name shift into one that will be recognizable and associated with what we do in this world and perhaps the surrounding worlds, you never know, in the future.
You know what that means? It's time to find One Piece.
I think it means it's time to find another gate key that I can shove in my chest.
No! You leave that thing alone.
That's not how One Piece works.
What do you mean? They're over 1,000 episodes.
They're only like 800 and something, okay?
Only
800.
And only like 960 something chapters, okay?
And they still haven't found One Piece.
No, they still haven't.
That's the end game, man. That's the whole point. If they found One Piece, then that's it. Then who cares?
I'm calling it now. One Piece is a snow globe.
One Piece, it was inside them the whole time.
One Piece.
I truly believe that's part of it.
One Piece.
I really believe that too.
One Piece is a devil fruit.
Oh my god. The ultimate devil's fruit.
That's why.
And it's called One Piece because there's only one piece of it.
Oh my god, that makes sense. Why, when Gold Roger was dying, he's like, you can find it there because he truly believes he has control over that fruit because it respawns when you die, and that's where it respawns.
You're welcome.
Mind fucking blown.
Calling it now. When One Piece finally ends and you all find out that it's a devil fruit, you heard it here first.
I'm okay with this.
And only anyone with the name D can use it.
That's why D is so important.
I win, fuckers! Call me, I'll be here all week.
That's why the D is so important. Back to you, Rojan.
I'm sorry, but episode 69 was last week, so.
Damn it, I missed it.
I'm sorry. It was too good. I missed the D.
But yeah, so before we got sidetracked with One Piece.
Yeah, I could be
And
here
the
all
D.
day with that. Yeah.
So it will this game will be moving over to my channel in October, starting on the 22nd. So the last episode on here will be, I believe it's the 15th, if I can calendar correctly. Yes, the 15th. And then we will be over on my channel on the 22nd. But we are currently, like all of us are currently like working on ideas for not only the show, but for some future games or some future one-offs as well. So look forward to that. Look forward to hearing more of that in the future on Twitter and on Discord.
This time we take it in our own hand. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure once we get to the point where we're ready to, put the new name and everything out in the public, we'll make announcements on social media and Discord and all of that. So
Mhm.
keep an
No, we
eye out
won't.
for that.
It'll be a secret.
I will, at the very least.
People just tune in. It's like, what is this? You guys just ripped off Gibbering Mouthers.
Okay.
You know what happened.
Okay.
Anyway, so
We're famous.
last week, you all began to,
We went shopping.
you began to explore the market district of Kamiroska, the magic controlled capital, where everybody is just peacocked to the tens. Like, nobody is in any normal attire. They try to make themselves look as important and as colorful as possible. Rose made a friend who happened to have two displacer beasts on a leash, one pure white, the other jet black. As she held a little conversation with the woman, she found where she can get her own at a magical pet shop known as the Cat's Paw. She let a name drop of, I believe it was Jocelyn, I said.
Yep.
Yeah, she let her name drop of saying her name was Jocelyn, and that she would be performing later on the night at the tavern that you are staying in.
Mm-hmm.
Ash kind of freaked out because Jocelyn is the same name as the winter hag who makes her home up in the Frigid Crown.
Jocelyn
no,
was actually
Jocelyn's the
the
desert
half
witch.
giant
The
hag.
desert
The
hag.
desert
Yeah.
hag, that's right. The desert
Yeah.
hag of the Mirage Desert.
That's Gwen up north.
Yeah, you guys haven't met
That
Gwen
was
yet.
actually part of that conversation as well,
Yeah,
where we got it wrong
Right
the
as
first
Yeah.
time.
right as I
We're like,
said it,
oh,
I
wait.
remembered it.
We knew it was a hag name. It was just the wrong hag.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about Gwen. She's cool.
But after the little kerfluffle trying to determine if it was or wasn't the hag and if they were going to attack her or not, the group finally, after drawing attention to themselves within the first 5 minutes of exiting the tavern, went to So You've Been Cursed, where Zale had her arm, or had the hag's arm, chopped off by a magical cleaver,
That was
and
great.
then regrown with a salamander potion. And after a failed attempt at haggling, trying to get the recipe from the proprietor of So You've Been Cursed, everyone began to make their way down to the Cat's Paw.
Well, I kind of tried to sneak out. So
Yeah, and then a certain Griffin stopped you.
damn Griffin. Just want to be friends with Kitty.
A rarity, Griffin.
Yes,
That's
Thank
true.
you.
I was just about to say, once you got down to the Cat's Paw, the proprietor about had a heart attack as he saw Sahara, as not only is she a rare breed known as a caustic blacktail, she is also a queen who in about 200 years will be the size of an adult dragon.
That's dope. Speed up the process.
When you went inside the Cat's Paw, you saw a menagerie of rare and exquisite animals, all behind panes of glass in their own little biospheres. Rose put a bid down on a displacer beast kitten that was a newborn. Tickles kind of scared the man
I'm sorry.
by trying to get him to sell her a soul of something in order sell her a soul of a creature to put it into a stuffed animal.
I wasn't trying to sell a soul or ask for a soul.
That's how he took it. Is he thought you were going to take the soul of some poor creature in that aquarium and like throw it into a stuffed animal and like enslave it into a life of being a battle pet.
Look, man, Steve wanted me. We were just meant to be, man.
I forgot who. Like I know Zale put down a 25,000 gold. 25,000
There were
gold.
hyenas, like fire hyenas or something.
Yeah, it was a pair of giant hyena that had like embers or something emanating off of them.
Yep.
And
Like they have the tips of their fur are like constantly on fire, and as they move, wisps of flame come off of them.
And when I went over to look at them, one of them it was like blink and a fire spell mixed together, and it like teleported to the other side of the cage. I had to have them.
They copied Javoth's way of doing Misty Step, where it turns into smoke and embers. I'm just saying.
Or did Javoth copy them?
Oh,
I
don't know. Okay.
It was a little more than just smoke. There was flame.
Flames make it cool.
No, flames make it hot.
That had like spark and embers, man.
And Tickles put some money down too on a weird.
Well, maybe when you get a little older, you'll have some fire.
And then Tickles put a bid down on a strange looking crossbreed of a cat
and a chameleon.
Yeah, it was like a combination ocelot and chameleon. I think Zale named it a Kamasalot or something like that.
No,
something
that was
like
Azrin who said that, I believe.
It was like a Kamasalot or something like that. But as the bid was being put in,
open the door.
Something broke out of one of their cages and began to.
It wasn't Tickles' fault this time.
It wasn't Tickles' fault this time.
And not the last time, not the one before. Can't blame me for this.
Right as we left off last time, you guys were staring down a large spine-shelled dinosaur-like creature with a large, like almost stone-like mace head on the tip of its tail.
Oh crap!
Oh, and a Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, it's pretty much a Ankylosaurus. And
a Tequilasaurus.
No, not a Tequilasaurus. You can't drink it.
Aww. What if he's just a really good like mixologist?
I mean, this is a pet store for, rare and exquisite animals. So maybe it's a bartender. You don't know.
Yes.
But
can I do a constitution check to drink it?
No, you can't.
Come on.
But the creature almost seems confused and lost and a little agitated as it begins to like look around the shop itself, kind of constantly like huffing like air in and breathing it out. And as it breathes it out, you can see coming out of its nostrils like these two like black plumes of smoke.
I want to go calm it.
Okay. You
Like,
go ahead and give me an animal handling roll.
Okay. Oh.
So you walk over and you begin to like soothe it, and it leans into your hand.
Do the toothless thing
for a moment, and then it just kind of like tucks its legs underneath itself and just lowers itself down to like a sitting position.
There you go. It's going to be okay. Were you just startled? It's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna like come up by it and just nuzzle its snout. That's okay. That's a good girl.
And as you nuzzle the snout, you see that the arms begin to pull into its body, and the head pulls back into like the like rock-like shell as the tail pulls in as well. And you can see that as it sits there, just like hiding in its shell, the shell itself is almost like reminiscent of a rock formation.
Oh.
I have.
I'll go, but I'll
nightmare-
still pet it.
I have flashbacks, and I'm scared.
There, it's okay. I think you were just scared. Can I do a check to see what they eat? Or what it is?
You can give me a nature check.
Oof. Okay, I
Uh,
roll high on that.
so as you were calming it down, you can tell by the way that the teeth inside of its mouth are completely flat. It's more than likely an herbivore.
Okay, I don't have any plants on me, but I'm gonna turn to Jeremiah and be like, do you have any leaves or anything that we can give her?
Jeremiah ran out the store trying to alert the guard, trying to get some sort of help.
Bitch. Molly, do you have anything to help soothe this poor creature? It looks like it might just need some food to help calm it down a little bit more.
Molly's not there.
God damn it, Molly.
Molly kind of wandered off.
You know what? It's a pet shop. I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna go find some leaves for it or something.
Right. Tickles is
Or
gonna
a ficus that's just decor in here.
So Tickles is gonna butt in and be like, "Don't you have any of those sleeping grass stuff?"
Yeah, but that's like herbal tea. That's not. I don't know if it'll be.
It's grass.
That's
leaves.
true.
And
All right.
besides, put it to sleep, and before it causes a ruckus.
I'll reach into my pocket and grab some, and I'll just hold it out and be like, "Here you go. This will help calm you down." It's good.
Its head kind of slinks out of the shell a little bit, and it begins to sniff, and its tongue just rolls out of its mouth onto your hand and grabs the leaves and just rolls back, just pulls it back into the mouth, and you could just hear it begin to crunch.
There you go.
And then, as it's eating it, you notice that its eyes go wide for a moment as you see the pupils just extremely dilate.
Oh God, it's high now. It's catnip. Oh Jesus.
That's
It's calm. I think. There you go. Okay, just in case, Tickles, can you go look to see if there's any leaves or anything around here to kind of help? It may have the munchies now. Just a hunch. It may have munchies now.
I actually, since you suggest that, I'm gonna go to where it busted out. I'm guessing its own biosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check in there to see if there's any grasses in there?
When you look in, you can see that there are multiple varieties of plant life inside the sphere itself.
Can I do
Check
a
its
nature?
bowl.
Right. Can I do a nature check to choose the right one? I assume, or if there is a bowl there.
There's no bowl, but you can definitely do a nature check to see if you can determine which plants it seems to favor.
Okay. Let's see here. Jungle Boogie. Here. Where are you? Nature. 15.
All right, so you step into the sphere itself, and it's almost like you're just walking into that like a temperate jungle. Just all of a sudden the temperature change just hits you head on as you step past where the pane of glass is at.
I feel like I just lost some weight. That's a good thing.
But you begin to look around, and you do find these very large palm leaves that have various bite marks and tear marks in them. A little more than like the rest of the plant life, kind of letting you guess that this is the sort of plant that this creature tends to favor.
Okay. I'm gonna grab some, and I want to try to attempt to lure it back into its biome.
Okay. Can I get a strength roll from you as you try to pull one of these leaves?
Jesus. Okay. So a strength check.
Yep.
Ugh.
You begin to you grasp the leaf and you pull as much as you can, but the stem of it isn't breaking, and you just slide back, and you end up sliding a lot of the leaf of itself onto your hands. Your hands are now covered in like this very like soft, almost like milky like.
So I kind of pulled all the
resin.
ferns into my hand, right?
Kind of, yeah. And you've got like this soft, silky sap on your hand as well.
Okay, can I use that to lure it?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna try to, I don't know, whistle at it and get its attention.
Give me an animal handling roll.
Tickles, did you find anything?
I assume so.
Nice.
So you
Holy shit.
you whistle and everything, and it looks over at you, and its eyes are just the size of dinner plates right now, as it slowly just like stretches its body back out from its protective shell, and it just begins to like slowly sway and stumble as it begins to walk towards you.
I'll kind of balance it while still soothing it. Like, there you go, good girl.
It kind of like sniffs the plants for a moment, and it just like opens its mouth and goes for the plants. Tickles, I'm going to need a dexterity check.
Okay. Is it
She's
a save or
little
a check?
high.
It's a check. It's not a save.
Okay.
Okay, you're fine. So
Okay.
you can tell that it begins to go for like completely towards your arms for this thing, and just something in you thinks with like the coloration that the sap has left your arms and everything, it probably thinks you're just a walking leaf. So you just quickly just throw the leaves in its mouth and back off as it begins to just to crunch on the remnants of the palm leaf that you stripped.
So I successfully got it back into its biome, right?
It's
That's
a
what I
little
was
bit
trying to
outside,
do.
but as it begins to eat, it begins to stumble back into the biome itself, and it just kind of really heavily sits down, and you see it begin to shake as it begins to burrow itself about halfway down into the ground, and then it pulls its body in again, and then from where it's sitting, it just looks like a natural rock formation has formed out of the ground.
All right, sweet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of add it, like, good girl, get some rest, and walk out.
As you do that, you hear the heavy foot steps of people in plate mail. As Jeremiah comes back, he's like, "I've got the you got her."
Well, yeah, she just was scared. We just had to calm her down.
Well, I am sorry, gentlemen. I believe this matter is resolved. As he turns and addresses the these three guards, from what you can tell, and this very predominantly blue with like gold and white trim around the outsides of the armor, a blazing golden eagle imbued onto the chest of their chest plates, the large tower shields that they carry in their left hand, that of a bright glowing elven sun, and in their other hand is some sort of weapon you've never technically seen before, as it looks like as if they're carrying a staff, but near about 3/4 of the way up there is a curved blade onto it.
Okay.
Can I tell if that is a weapon / arcane focus that they use?
You can give me an Arcana check if you're eyeing the weapon.
Nope. Wow.
You could assume that it's some sort of weapon, given that it has a blade at the top.
Yep. Okay.
But the guards look at you and they look back at Jeremiah, and they just shake their heads, and in unison they just turn and begin to walk out.
As
Nice to meet
soon
you.
as they leave and they're gone and hopefully out of earshot, I'm gonna walk over to Jeremiah and get pretty close to him, and just kind of say softly, "Seems we just saved you a lot of property damage and saved one of your piece of your merchandise, let's say. I think that deserves compensation, don't you?
Indeed it does. Just one moment. As he walks over to the enclosure, he's like, "Miss, can you please come out?"
I was already out to begin with.
Oh, okay. As he waves his hand over the where the glass pane was, and you can see it begin to reshape and repair itself.
And all of a sudden, I turn around from petting it and just go, "Oh, what? Wait!" No kidding. I was already out. No.
Stuck again, I see.
While Zale's trying to haggle, I want to actually look around and see if I can find anything that's either I'm gonna be so greedy. I'll look for a dragon or a phoenix.
Jesus.
Specifically.
Well, a what?
Do
A
you want to look
dragon
for
or a
maybe a
phoenix?
nightmare while you're at it?
I already have those at home.
Yeah, this is
So
true.
no.
True.
Like her dad, like you guys rode nightmares
That is true, yeah.
down from the castle back onto Fellock.
Yeah, we have a whole ranch full of them. I don't need more.
You got
We'll just breed
those.
'em.
You got those, and you got shadow mastiffs.
Oh God.
And a little displacer kitten. So yeah, I'm just
All
gonna
right.
search for
So go ahead, Zorro. Go ahead and give me a. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. See if you can, or give me a perception check. See if you can find any.
Oh, thank God. I might have a better chance with these rolls.
Okay. So as Ash begins to go wander off, looking around at the other various creatures in the area, Jeremiah turns back to Zale. You mentioned compensation.
But of course.
Yes. As he reaches into his pockets, and he gives you a single blue coin.
Now, I'm fairly new in town. You'll have to explain this to me.
These coins are a sort of pass, you can say. If you give it to one of the guards at the checkpoints to get into the other parts of the city, you give them this coin, they will give you a day pass to get into some of the more exclusive areas.
I see. Now, that's quite generous of you. Although, it would be a shame if the guard found out that you weren't securing these beasts correctly and they can just break out at any moment. Perhaps maybe another of these coins would see to it that they don't find out.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I've been waiting to use this persuasion with my plus 16 on it.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Plus 16, you only get a 25.
Right?
That saved your butt though with that low roll, but my God.
And you see Jeremiah think for a moment, and he's like, yes, I assume that I could get in some trouble. I need to reinforce the glass. This isn't the only time she's gotten out. Okay, and he reaches into his hip pouch again. He gives you another blue coin.
Wonderful. Well, I can promise you that the guards certainly won't hear about this from us.
I thank you for that. I need to get in touch with the Glass Blowers Guild. Maybe get something a little bit stronger that she can't get through.
It seems like a wise decision.
And while the extortion is going on, Ash, you walk around and you don't necessarily find a phoenix per se. You don't find a dragon, as they would be far too rowdy and far too impossible to control. Though you do find something. As you're walking along, you come to some of these smaller biospheres that they have. And you come to one that catches your eye for a moment as it just stands out. And you stop and you look, and you're staring into a small library, complete with a writing desk and 2 very full bookshelves, a little smoking chair in the corner. But what catches your eye is something that kind of like slithers down the one of the sides of the bookshelves and then flutters on up with fairy wings onto like a golden perch on the desk. And you can see this strange, like bluish green reptilian like creature with a long, like chameleon like tail perched on top of the its little golden armrest, and these 4 beautiful looking fairy like wings in patterns of the soft greens and tints of blue and gold.
Oh, aren't you beautiful? I'm gonna kind of slowly have my hand out and just be like, I'll pull out a little piece of like rations, just a little piece, and just be like, hello there, little one. Are you hungry? You're so beautiful.
And it stops for a moment and looks around, and one of its eyes roll back and it looks over to you with like the chameleon like eyes.
How big is it? Like,
it's about the size of a small cat.
Oh, okay.
And it looks, and you see it shrug its shoulders as it begins to flutter on over. And as it flutters, you can see this small trail of like this golden dust floating behind it. As it hits the ground, it makes this little tinkling noise. And it just like floats in front of the glass, and it puts its paw up onto the pane. It is not nice to taunt. You offered me food.
You can speak.
I would assume so.
I'm apologize. And I'll go ahead and I'll hand it to him.
I'm screaming on the inside.
She's like, she points over to like a small tube. It's like, the treats go in there.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and I'll put it in the tube.
She takes it and begins to eat it. It's like, okay, you have my interest.
I mean, I have some jerky if you.
Oh no, this will do for now. I do not want to spoil my dinner. What can I do for you?
What are you? You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's true.
Aren't you a peach?
I mean, it's the truth.
What did they call? Oh yes, a fairy dragon is what these simpletons refer to me as.
A fairy dragon? I've never seen anything like you before. You're magnificent.
We are quite the rare breed, yes.
What are you doing in here? Are you a pet of the owners?
Pet. I hate that word. I prefer prisoner.
Prisoner how? As in like he's keeping you for himself, or?
No, as he is keeping me locked up in here. I mean, he provides me with good books, but it's not where I want to be.
Oh my god. Is this dragon into books?
Yeah. As she points over, and you can see that almost every one of the books have like this small like glittery smear of like this gold dust across them. Like she's read them multiple times.
I have a question.
Oh my god.
And she's
and
like, hold on. And she's like, I'm not like the other pets in here that have been raised since they were young or hatched here. I was abandoned.
Abandoned how?
By a late master of mine. He was getting on in his
Why?
years, and instead of just releasing me to my own whims, he thought I would be safer in a cage.
But why? Just because that doesn't make sense. If he's just old, it would just, you were his friend.
I was not his friend. I was more his servant. He bound me to him.
Oh,
Mages, you know.
that's even worse.
And now here I sit because nobody has the mental capacity to bid on me. They say I am too independent, too mouthy. That they need something that will obey their commands.
I mean, you kind of sound like me in my home life. And we have a huge library. Would you want to come with me?
And, like,
You won't be my
say
servant.
You say library and she just drops the food.
It's huge. It's so big. And our land is so vast. You wouldn't be a servant or a pet. You could just live there and you can roam free and use our library as much as you want. We even have our own ghost that you could talk to that's our librarian named Gaston.
She's like, she kind of like presses her face up to the glass. She's like, you need
Tell me more.
to get me out of here.
There's two problems. One, we're a bit far from my home, but I also don't think I have the coin to set you free unless there's a way to
Steal me.
steal you.
That's green idiot out there. He has a little key on his key ring. It's not even a key. Actually, it's a thing of ring magic. Steal it off him, touch it to the glass disappears. I can get out of here.
Interesting.
Now, don't say no. You've teased me with books.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Where on his person does he keep it? Like around his neck or his pocket?
I don't know. Sometimes it's on around his neck. Sometimes it's on his waist. It just all depends on whatever horrid fashion he's wearing.
Okay. I will certainly try. I mean, I don't want you to be a prisoner.
Or if you want to cause some real havoc for the green jackass, there's a small little pylon just in the back over here behind that door. As she points, you can see like this very solid oak door with an iron vent at the top. It's like you go in there, you take that, it just dispels all the magic in here.
I mean, if I do that, will anything else get loose?
Oh, everything in here, yes, but it would be his comeuppance. He makes money off things that are not his.
That is true.
None of these creatures wanted to be here. They were born here. They don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Do you know how she flies over and she just grabs a random book off the shelf? It's like, do you know how many times I have read this pirate novel? She just slams it on the ground.
It's not that good.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's just I've read it too many times. I need more books.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me try option A first. Can I insight check him?
Insight check who?
The fairy dragon?
Yeah.
See if he's lying.
She's telling the truth.
There is truth in their voice with a touch of desperation.
Okay, that's good.
It's like, look, if you don't want to do a jailbreak, I can understand. There's a lot of things in here that could cause damage, but
Yeah.
and you don't want to steal. You could always just knife them in the back.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll be back. I have an idea, but what's your name?
I tell you what, you get me out of here, I'll tell you my name.
Okay. And I'll go find Rose and Zale. I'll go to Rose
How
first.
dare you?
I'll go.
Tickleson just walked over, shoots glass.
To be fair, if you had told her, she would 100% be on board with this.
I'm making my rounds. Hold on.
All right, so before
I don't know why I feel like Rose's and Zale's sleight of hand is much higher than yours. I don't know why.
so
I am so sorry.
before we do this, let's go ahead and take our first break for the night before you guys try to spring a fairy dragon from a pet shop.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. All of your sleight of hands are probably way higher than mine. So
Mine is pretty high.
Same.
All right, so stick with us, guys. We will be back in about 5 minutes.
all of you except Ash steal shit.
Okay, we are back.
Continue,
Hi.
please.
Put a pin in that. Write that down. Put a pin in that. Next break.
Okay.
Okay.
So as we last left off, a rather beautiful looking fairy dragon has somewhat convinced Ash to maybe commit grand larceny.
I like this idea.
As she set out through the cat's paw to find both Zale and Rose. Zale, or not Zale, but Ash, as you come back, you find Rose still like over near the Displacer Beast pen, looking in and just like giving like googly baby eyes to the kitten that she's bit on. Zale walking back towards her with a rather proud look on her face, as you can see her like shoving something into one of her pouches. Tickle's kind of looking around, trying to see if anything else catches her eye.
As always.
As always.
Rose, can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course.
How good are you at stealing stuff? Stage whispering.
Well, that depends. Am I stealing something from a person, or am I stealing something
From a
that?
person, like on a person.
I'd have better luck stealing the person than stealing something from the person. I don't do that type of thievery.
Would you be willing to maybe cause a distraction? There is a creature that is trapped in the back that I would like to liberate. But he requires a special key to disable the magic of the glass that it's trapped in.
Like Rose is like super intrigued. Like it's like you're never one to want to do something like this.
I know it's really weird that I'm having a lot of internal confliction right now, but it just seems so sad. It was, by his words, dumped here by his previous owner and hasn't really. I think the price is set high on purpose for it, so the elf can keep him for himself, and he just seems really sad. And he was a servant to the last one, so he never really got to experience freedom. And I just wanted to give that to him. I mean, I would love to do that for all of them, but I can't really free all of them. That'd be really bad.
So, oh man, I am gonna do something bad.
So I think maybe Tickles or Zale could do it, but we need maybe a distraction to help a little bit.
So Brojan.
So Azrael.
As he's writing shit down.
You know, I always love it when people start things with "so Rojan." It's almost as good as "can I do this?"
Oh.
Is it possible?
It's concentration. So she's like, so I'm gonna case the store, and I want to find as many mechanical locks as I can, not magically locked.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. I'll give you advantage since this is kind of your specialty.
Oh,
You don't find
on.
you do not find a single mechanical lock on this
Jeez.
place. From what you're looking at, there are no locks whatsoever on the cases.
I swear, dude, I don't know why these dice. This is
Maybe you need to change
week.
the color.
I don't know, man. It's
Maybe you
like,
need to put that color in dice jail and
I know this color is done, man. Go away. Jeez. Crap. Let me see. Alrighty. So there's no mechanical locks to that weird glass, right?
Yep.
What near me right now is harmless? Looks harmless.
There's a case kind of off to your left with a what looks to be a guinea pig sitting inside of it.
Aw.
Do it.
Kieran, sweetie.
And Kieran pops up out of your arm and looks up at you.
I need you to see if you can get inside that cage with that guinea pig thing.
It kind of like looks at the guinea pig and kind of looks up at you. And he just like points over to it. Kind of like asking you, that one?
Yep.
And kind of just like gives you a salute, and he runs off your arm and leaps towards the glass. And then there's just this audible thud as Kieran kind of like dissipates into like this like purple mist. And then your arm kind of jolts as he's back like onto like imprinted onto your skin.
Aw, poor guy.
Aw, sorry, sweetie. I had to see if that was possible. I'll make it up to you later. Alright, so we can't teleport past the glass.
I'm so sorry. I mean, there's magic all around, and I think that's how he's keeping a lot of these in here. So there is something to disable all of it, but we're not really supposed to be making a lot of trouble here.
Well, I mean, a little trouble's not that bad.
No, but it's not an entire pet store trouble. So I wanted to try this instead.
What is your passive perception, Rose?
Her passive perception is 16.
Oh, okay. So as you're talking to her, like something catches in the corner of your eye, and you see this bluish green, like winged chameleon, kind of pressing its face up against the glass, kind of like looking at you, and just like its breath kind of fogging up the mirror every time it like breathes.
Oh, it's one of those. Does it seem like it's interested in me, or is it like, or is it just like
it's definitely interested in something over there.
So I'm gonna try and see what it's looking at.
And you look around and it's kind of staring at Ash.
Oh, please don't tell me you're trying to free that thing.
Mm-hmm. Look how sad he looks. Well, I'm sure they all look sad, but yeah.
I don't have very much fondness for fey things that live on the light side.
That's why he's gonna come with me over to.
It's not even
your
fey.
place.
Well, it's fairy, so she would like she would associate it with fey, because fairies are fey. So there's no mechanical locks. We can't teleport past anything. Yes. Yeah. Yes, her subtlety is not on the personal level. It's pretty much.
Should I go get Zale or Tickles?
See if Zale might know. Tickles
Go
can
ask
be a
Mom.
little bit rambunctious.
Okay. I will go find Zale.
She's over at the hyena pen at this point.
Zale, can I ask a favor of you?
If it involves money, I'm afraid I don't have much left.
No, it's not that, and I feel really weird asking this considering I've not been in the best of moods lately, but can you steal something for me so I can liberate the creature in the other room?
Do you care to elaborate a little bit?
The long story short is there is a very intelligent creature that can talk that was dumped here by his master because he was practically a slave. Now all he ever wants is freedom and books. And so I wanted to free him, but that would require either releasing every single animal in here or get the key that can at least release his cage because of magic.
Do I see her like stage whispering?
I'm probably in another room if you're in the room with him. I would think.
It's all in one room. It's like
Oh.
It's like the hyena enclosure is along the same wall that the displacer beasts were at.
Like, would I? Because I don't want to like be suspicious. That's why I'm not walking with her. But do I see her like?
You see her conversing with Zale.
All right. So I'm gonna talk to the both of them, like with the blood gem thingy, and go at least have the sensibility to have a conversation one can't overhear easily.
So you, how much does this creature cost? What's its price at?
He didn't say, but he did hint that it's so incredibly high that no one can afford him. And we're in a town with a lot of very rich people, so I'm assuming it's impossibly high on purpose.
Did Jeremiah see you speaking with the creature?
I don't think so. I think he was talking to you, actually.
Can I do a quick scan of the room to see where he is and what he's up to?
Oh yeah, Jeremiah kind of just stands out wherever he is. You can see that he's on a small step ladder, kind of like taking inventory of a couple of like the smaller cages above the larger enclosures.
So you want to free this creature so it can leave or just go out on its own? What's the plan here?
I mean, it would like to be free. It's been kind of enslaved for a number of years. I don't know how old it is. It seems like it wants to get out before it wants to be too terribly chatty, but it just wants to be free. It's tired of being enslaved or be considered a prisoner here. I think it fears it's going to be trapped here forever because of its asking price and more boredom.
Okay. I will help you, but I require a favor in return.
Well, of course. That's what friends do.
I need you to promise me that you will do this favor for me as best as you can.
Okay, what is it? Because I'm not really good at stealing stuff. That's why I'm asking you. This is really weird for me, actually.
I'll tell you about the favor tonight.
Okay.
So
As long as we do it in your room. I kind of don't want to sleep in my room right now.
I suppose that's fine.
Okay.
So the key to the cage or whatever it is on Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where?
No, I asked the creature and he didn't know. He just knows that it's always on him.
Do you know what it looks like?
It's a golden key.
I suppose that'll be enough to go on. Let me do a little snooping, see what I can do.
Are they
Okay.
using the gem to talk to each other? Or are they still
I don't
stage
know.
whispering?
Were you whispering to each other, or were you using the gem?
I feel like we were whispering to each other
Yeah.
to start, and then when Rose chimed in using the gems, we would have clued in to use them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, because you can determine who wants to hear. As I say, because you use the gems, Tickles would hear it, but you can make it just a little.
I have a question though. With my perception of 15, would I heard them to start with?
Yes, like with your mouse ears, you would hear Hey Zale, can you steal something for me?
And here's Tickles going like, yeah.
Okay, so I heard their
Did
part of the
someone
conversation,
mention
right?
Crimes.
Did someone mention steal?
You only heard Ash say, "Hey Zale, can you steal something from me?" And then they just went silent.
No, I mean when I rolled for the perception, it was during Rose.
Oh, it was during Roses. That's right.
During
Oh,
Rose and her conversation.
oh yeah. You would have heard that then.
Okay, then. So I know what she's looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No,
So-
she never
Oh no,
told Rose.
she never.
Oh,
No,
she
she
I
never
never
told
did
Rose.
say. Yeah,
You
I don't
just-
even. I never even said its location. I just.
You said she needed to liberate something in here.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to liberate something. All right. So at that point, she knows what's going on, but she doesn't know what's going on. So she's going to do this is she's going to find Ash, and she's going and she sees them talking.
Well,
I'm going to
talking,
like
and then they just stand there then and like intently stare at one another.
yeah. So Tickles is actually going to walk up to her and kind of tap her leg and wait for her, her attention here.
Oh, hi, Tickles.
I'll do
Thank
it.
you for earlier. By the way, what?
Whatever it is, I'll do it.
Did you hear about the thing?
Yes.
I know I'm not good at this. Okay. Well, I want to save a creature, but we need a key or distraction or something. I don't know. This is all
By the
you
way,
and
we
Zay. I
are
don't know what
using
I'm doing.
gems.
I don't know this is out of my element. I don't know. I'm so nervous and sweaty just talking about
Okay.
it.
All Tickles is going to ask, and just clarification, we are talking within gem speech.
Gem
What is
speech.
what is that you want me to grab? What am I looking for, and why?
We're looking for a golden key hidden somewhere on Jeremiah's body to free. Do I know what the creature is exactly? I can probably describe it pretty easily, but I don't know if I actually know what the
Give
creature
me
is.
a nature check.
No, not really.
You have no idea.
So
It's just it's pretty and it looks like a flying lizard
yeah.
with fairy wings.
With fairy
So it
wings.
kind of looks like a lizard dragon thing with really pretty fairy wings.
So at that description,
Oh no,
Tickles is going to-
no, it's right. He did the thing did say it was a fairy dragon.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
Okay, I couldn't
it did.
remember if he said it or not.
Okay, so
Yeah, I couldn't remember. So it's a fairy dragon, and it looks exactly the way it sounds.
okay,
It's
I'm going to
super
do
pretty.
this because of two things. One, you're my friend. Two, I want to
Thank
be
you.
friends with it. and I
mean-
need a favor.
I mean, I don't want to
And
claim
I need-
ownership on it, but I mean, I kind of saw it first, so
Right? And and I need a favor. It's nothing good. I mean, technically, it's good. It's actually I need you as a backup plan, as a distraction.
Notice Rose is the only one that offered to help with no recompense.
No. Like I'm not
Well,
asking for anything in return.
that's because Ash is her waifu.
yeah. Well, whatever. So, at that, Tickle's going to look at what was his name, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
yeah.
What is he doing?
He is currently. You see him. Actually, give me a perception roll. See if you notice anything intricate about it.
So this conversation is taking place after the one that
Yeah,
Zale and okay.
but
Okay.
you got everyone could hear the conversation going on.
Zale would have been heading over to Jeremiah right after that conversation.
All right. So as the conversation between Tickles and while the conversation between Tickles and Ash is going on, Zale is already making her way towards Jeremiah.
Oh, come on! I had a
Tickles-
plan.
Do you
Tickles,
want me to distract them?
you see Jeremiah up on a step ladder, like overlooking smaller enclosures and kind of writing down on like a notepad, like almost like if he's taking inventory. But you also see Zale walking up like, onto him.
Hey, Rojan, quick question.
Uh-huh.
When Kieran like enters, like, well, not enters, but attaches himself to Rose's body, is it something that is tactile?
What do you mean?
Like, can I feel Kieran like turning to like a tattoo on my body?
Oh yeah, it feels almost like just a small static shock when he does it.
Is Kieran severely hurt from the little
He's
bong?
a little concussed right now.
Ah, damn it. Alrighty. Grr. So while Zale is, oh, this is gonna be bad.
Ash is just there, like, eh.
So when Zale gets close to Jeremiah, I'm casting this in that vicinity.
Okay.
Specifically because my particular healing spirit is kind of disturbing.
Yeah, the creepy whispers.
Yes. So for anyone that doesn't know, my healing spirit looks like an evil version of Tinkerbell that whispers horrible things to you.
Gothic / punk Tinkerbell.
Oh no.
Whispering
I'm gonna chew on your toenails.
Whispering its dark poetry into your ear.
No, I'm like my Tinkerbell is something from like the Alice like video game.
Like, I got you.
Motherfucker.
It's definitely like if it's you, her in a dark alley, you don't want to be there.
So the healing spirit is summoning, like you could see the hairs on the back of Jeremiah's neck begin to stand up as he begins to look around, like for the whispers.
Oh, it's totally visible. She like sits on his shoulder and starts.
Oh yeah,
like,
but she's not making herself visible to him. She's intently staying out of his eyesight, just trying to like mess with him as much as possible.
Oh God, I love her.
Like he turns her head and she's just like, she's maybe about 1.5 inches away from the back of his head, and she's just rotating with him as she's whispering.
At that thought, Tickles is actually going to go in that direction.
Okay, Zale, since you are the closest, you could see the healing spirit begin to screw with Jeremiah.
I had such a far more simpler plan than any of this, but is he?
This is what I get for asking for different plans from different people.
At the moment, he is distracted.
Yeah. Well, that was part of Ash's plan. Okay, there's something.
Okay.
There's something.
While he's distracted, I guess maybe this will distract him even more. I'm going to approach him and just start trying to make small talk with him about the hyenas. Just doesn't matter what's being said, just mindless questions about them. But I'm trying to look him down head to toe for any sign of a key ring or some sort of necklace that might hold a key.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll with advantage. Because as while he's having that conversation with you, he's like, you can see that he's beginning to become a little visibly shaken at like the doom and gloom that's being whispered into his ear.
12.
You do notice that there is a key ring attached to his right hip.
Okay. That's the only key ring that I spot. I'm going to.
Key ring, yes.
I'm going to clasp him on the shoulders to kind of straighten him out and focus him on me a little bit, though I'm not really being too pushy about it. It's just an excuse to get my hands on him.
As you do that, you see the little black fingertips of the dark tingle barrel just like wrap around his head as she leans over, just right at the tip of his ear as she begins to whisper more like horrible stuff into it. You like Jeremiah now turning like visibly white.
Good Lord. As soon as I grab him on the shoulders, I'm going to shake him a little bit. And just be like, come on, get a hold of yourself type of thing. And I'm going to let my hands slide down from his shoulders and pass by his waist as I pull my hands back into me. I'm going to do sleight of hand to try and grab that key ring.
Go. You can give me sleight of hand with advantage.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
This literally used to be my job.
So, you guys see...
I'm going to Tickles from now on.
You guys see Zale like begin to like run her hands down Jeremiah's sides, and she goes to pull herself in. But as she does, you notice that one of her claws gets hooked in his belt loop. And it pulls him with her, and he just turns and just takes a spill onto the floor, and there's just an audible crack as he lands.
Oh, Zale, you're not used to being in this weird form. Are you okay? I'll run over to help. Are you okay? You too, Jeremiah. Are you okay?
Can I do a survival roll?
Jeremiah is now laying on the ground, kind of like in a motionless crumple.
So the actual Zale fell on top of Jeremiah.
No. Zale is still standing there. It's just when Zale pulled her hand back, her claw got hooked in one of his belt loops, and she kind of pulled him off of the ladder, and he took a hard fall onto the ground.
Is he conscious?
No, he's not conscious.
Oh, I dispel my healing spirit the second I see he's not conscious.
I'm just standing there like,
what?
Tickles is like, fuck your shit.
Tickles,
I'm taking it.
You know what? Tickles didn't even have to make a sleight of hand roll. He's unconscious, but that's an impressive 30.
Yeah, it is.
So Tickles, you walk over and you
take his coin purse too? Jesus.
You just take the key ring, but as you do, because of that wonderful roll, you notice that he's got a golden ring around his finger as well that you take.
Sweet. Oh, sweet. I'm actually going to pocket the golden ring.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be like, Ash, come here. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. And
is he gonna be okay?
Make sure he's not dead, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Are you okay? I'm gonna see if I can hear him breathe.
Give me a medicine check.
Oh Jesus! Oh God! It's so bad. Okay, that's not bad.
He's dead. When he fell, he broke his neck.
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Zale, what did you do?
Now I have a favor, Rojan. Can I have Dice come back so I can bring him back to life, please?
Oh,
Zale!
Wait, can I do
What
CPR?
happened? What
killed
happened?
him. His neck is broken. Oh, this was bad. Oh, this is why I don't do these things. This is exactly why I don't do these things. He was so innocent. Oh no.
But he wasn't really. But
well, I mean,
this was. Oh no.
In this situation,
I got a plan. I got a plan. Okay. I got a plan.
Should we just free
Ash,
the rest of them?
Here's the key for
Okay.
your buddy.
Okay.
Zale, we gotta go kind of freak out a bit and call the guard. He fell and killed himself.
This is the well all
No,
over again.
no. He does. They won't believe that.
Wait. I've got an idea.
He fell.
So he already went and alerted the guard once that one of his creatures got out. So we stage it to make it look like another of his creatures got out.
Why?
Yes,
No,
and
it
attacked
was an
her.
accident. He just.
What do you mean why? We murdered a man in his
It
own
was
shop.
an
That's why.
accident. It was an accident.
We didn't murder him. He fell.
I mean, he fell. I mean, you kind of.
Can I find if there's a well in here?
Murder implies intent.
I would
Intend to kill him?
Again, this is literally
Okay,
just
so
the
manslaughter.
well all over again.
Can I find a biome
is-
with carnivorous plants or something, please? I am legit serious
I mean,
about
look.
He's definitely
Does
got
this-
enough creatures
does-
in here that are
Does-
carnivorous.
Does Tickle say that out loud?
No, we're not doing that.
Because
No,
if,
it
Tickles- 'cause
makes
if- 'cause if
sense.
Tickle says it out loud, Rose is totally down for chucking him into like a carnivorous biome.
No, why?
Look,
He
And,
I
and
mean,
then closing it back up.
The guards already know that one of his animals got free once today. It makes sense for another one to get free, and it attacked him.
No, but we're not
No,
going
I-
to desecrate his body.
Well,
We're not
I
going
can-
to desecrate his body.
I can take
Something
this
else.
ring off for a moment and make some marks on him that look like animal
We're
marks.
not desecrating his body.
Ash, do you
Well,
want
then
to
it
free your
looks like
friend or
an
not?
animal attacked him.
I don't want to kill someone to. Oh,
Well, he's
a little too
already
late.
dead, Ash.
I want to walk towards the butterfly dragon. Going,
Okay, calm down over there. We got this.
"Ah."
All right, guys, let's stage a death.
This is why I
Yes.
don't ask you guys for this.
So as you
Totally
as
is well over
the two of
again.
you walk back towards where the fairy dragon is at, you can see that it's kind of pressed up against the glass, and it kind of like begins to like smack its hands against the pane as you get closer. Like, so do you have it? Do you got it? You got the key? Oh, hi.
Yes.
As it like waves to Tickles.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay, if I remember correctly, all you gotta do is touch the ring to the glass and it will vanish.
Okay, I do it.
Oh, that's right. It was a ring. Damn it! I actually forgot it was a ring.
And
Damn
you,
it.
you touch the gold ring to the glass and the pane just vanishes.
All right.
And he's like, oh, yes. As he just flies up and he like wraps his tail around Ash's neck and he just perches himself on her shoulder, and then he just goes completely invisible.
Awesome, invisible person. We are now friends.
Oh, that's right. You need my name. You could call me
Yes.
Jalokia.
Jalokia.
That's a mouthful.
I'm sorry, did that creature just speak to you?
Yeah, I thought I told you he could talk.
No, you didn't. You left out that part.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
he
it can
talk.
now.
I think I'm
what-
gonna turn to him real quick, and
As
in
he-
Draconic, I'm gonna say, "Can you understand me?"
as he kind of drops out of invisibility. He's like, yeah, I can understand you.
Oh,
What happened to the jackass?
Fell
It
off a ladder and broke his neck.
broke his
was
neck.
not my fault.
Ah! As you see, he flies down and he just kicks him right in the face and flies back up to Ash's shoulder.
Rose,
Um,
Rose loves this thing.
I
So-
like him already.
Just a quick question, creature. You've been here a while, I
Jalokia.
assume.
My name is Jalokia. It's not creature.
Right. I apologize. How exactly did poor Jeremiah here deliver animals that were? He mentioned he could deliver them anywhere in the world.
Poor my ass. This,
Well,
this green jackanape has been keeping all of us here captive, selling us at high prices, and to whoever bids the highest and does whatever they want to us. Honestly, I think that the ladder deserves a medal. Good job, ladder.
right. Okay. So how did he do it?
How did he do what?
Deliver the animals.
I don't know. People just came by and packaged them up and delivered them.
It wasn't magical. They were just literally put in crates and delivered.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit. Wait.
Well-
Yes. Whatever it
Just-
is, I'll do it.
I'm gonna go get our money back. I'll be right back.
He goes, wait. Oh, yes. I can do this. And he
What?
can't stop me.
Do what?
If there's anything that you want on his body, take it. I'm gonna go stage a jailbreak.
Okay, before you do that,
Yeah, I want to get my 11 grand back for the displacer beast, and
I was gonna get the money.
And I'm taking the displacer beast that I want.
Oh, he's like,
and not any of the others, just the one I want.
Jolokia stops her and was like, wait, did you put money in the jackass chest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not there anymore.
Where did it go?
It gets deposited into some sort of vault. You get it back if somebody bids higher than you, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon.
Well, then he's
What if we
dead. No
take the
one's
box?
bidding higher than me. I'm taking my property.
I will search the body.
I already stole everything on there.
You know.
No, you didn't. You only stole the key ring and the ring on around his finger.
Oh, okay.
So Ash, go ahead and give me a investigation roll.
Oh, Jeebus.
I will assist.
I wanna help her.
Advantage.
Well, that 11, saved you from botching.
That's true.
You do find a pouch, and inside the pouch is probably about 12 of these small blue coins.
Each get one.
Okay, not knowing what they are, because Ash wasn't there for that. I will pocket it.
And as you're standing there, you hear the front bell of the shop ding as somebody walks in.
Oh crap.
Oh no, what happened?
Rose casts disguise self on herself.
And you hear like light footprints walking in, and you hear, Jeremiah, you here? Jeremiah.
I'm going to be at that point. I'm going to start freaking out and go to the things. I'm like, oh my God, we need your help.
As this summer Eladrin is standing there, like dressed in like these soft browns and bright golds, his skin reminiscent of a fire at sunset. And he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, hello, little ratling. Have you seen my brother?"
I'm going to explain, like, does he look like this in a way, kind of aspect?
Yes, that would be Jeremiah.
He fell off his ladder and broke his neck.
He was checking things up top.
I'm sorry. He what? As he rounds the corner, and he kind of like holds his mouth, and he rushes over, and like he begins to like hold Jeremiah in his arms. He's like, how did he fall?
He was
just fell off his ladder.
checking stuff up the ladder, and he turned around to answer some questions, and he fell.
As he's like this,
Being legitimate here.
He's like, no, this can't. And all of a sudden, you see just this poof of this deep purple smoke come out of nowhere into his face. And all of a sudden, he just drops Jeremiah and he just sits there in like a daze.
Oh God, the fairy dragon do something to him?
Jolokia appears at his feet, and he climbs up. And you see that the fairy dragon now has this small runic cylinder in his mouth. And he climbs up and he sits on the shoulder and he takes it. He's like, so we got about 30 seconds before the jailbreak happens. So
What?
if you don't want to be torn to shreds, I suggest you run.
Was I able to get my displacer beast?
You were not.
Kitten?
You were not able to get the displacer beast kitten because you can't get into the cage.
Tickles, open that damn thing. She's got the ring.
Okay, I do it and I do mine.
Okay,
And
so you open up the cage, And the mama displacer beast kind of looks at you and kind of like narrowing its eyes as it like begins to protectively like step over the kittens.
Ooh, that's right.
Ooh.
Hurry up and go so you don't die.
She's looking at the one that's like, you know, the sassy one, and she's gonna start talking to it in Umbral and trying to convince it to come to her.
Okay. And as you begin to like speak to it in Umbral, you begin to hear a very deep growl coming from the mother. As like its two tendrils like whip and snap in front of you, but not really striking you, kind of giving you that warning to back off.
I'll come up and help her, and I'll be like, "Shh, it's okay. Bad things happened. You can go now. Come on. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna try and take the kids. I never get.
You and the babies. Come on.
As
Don't worry, I'll snag the other one.
It like you see the fur along the ridge of its neck begin to rise up as it just protectively crouches over its cubs.
Can I do an animal handling to kind of coerce it to come out?
You can try.
Okay. Well, we know how my rolls have been going tonight.
Look at all the red in that
Wow.
roll bar.
You know
Look
what?
at that.
You know, let's just be thankful we're not like invading Kamiraska right now.
Well,
Because
that's
it would just go
great.
horribly wrong.
This is great.
So
There's everyone loves,
the-
and there's me.
So the glass is down, right?
Yeah, the glass is down.
All right,
And
Rose.
hold
We
on,
have seconds.
hold on. There was a botch here.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
as like she's trying to calm it down, it lets out like a very deep hiss as it again it smacks the tendrils that it has like right at your feet now, kind of like giving that if you do not back off now, I'm going to pounce.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Rose, I don't know if
Rose is pissed. So Kip, how is the one that I want like tucked under the body of the mama?
The mama is covering them, but you can see the one that you want in a couple of like the other like parts that like you can see the top half of the one you want because it's kind of like looking out, trying to get in a sense of what's going on.
All right, so I have an interpretation question to ask.
Okay.
If I grab a living being without trying to harm it, is that considered an attack?
It would still be an attempt to grapple, so yes, you would probably get an attack of opportunity from the mother.
No, I mean, I'm trying trying to grab another being without causing damage would be considered an attack.
It would be considered a grapple. Yes, because you would be trying to pick it up with against its will. So it would still be considered a grapple. And like as that's going on, you guys can begin to hear the rest of the glass begin to like fade away and open up.
So I did want to do something the moment we were given a time limit. I just didn't want to interrupt the scene that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Jalokia said we had 30 seconds, I bolt from where I'm standing over to the hyena cage. And in the process of going from point A to point B, I do two things. One, I pull off the ring that's holding me in the elf form.
Okay.
So I go back to the null form. And two, I do my hybrid transformation. So by the time I reach the hyena cage, I am now like Uberzale.
Okay.
And I like slam my claws onto the glass to get their attention. And I shout at the hyena in Nolish that they are now my property and under my command and will do as I say.
Give me a intimidation roll.
I can do that.
and you see both of the pups kind of like their ears go back for a moment, but then they lay down and show their bellies.
And then I look over at Tickles and kind of give her a nod to like, you can open the cage now.
Okay, and at that point, while she's doing that, I'm going to as well do two things. I'm going to cast. I can find here. Speak with animals.
Oh my god. Okay, so you cast speak with animals.
Yeah.
And your ears are now just full of animal sounds all around you, like all of them shouting and everything as the commotion's going on. Some of them cheering on, that Jeremiah is dead. Others, slamming up against the glass, trying to get out as they see other some of the other pods already beginning to open.
Okay, I'm going to open the cage for the what the hell did you call it? The Camosalot. I'm going to speak with it. Like, I'm freeing you. I'd like you to come join me, and if need be, I will do an animal handling check for it.
And it kind of looks at you and he's like, "You want a cat to travel with a rat?"
I mean, yeah, it's an odd thing. Trust me, I've seen worse. I have a stuffed shark that actually turns into a shark.
That is weird.
Exactly.
But you are freeing me, and I do have no other place to go. Give me an animal handling roll.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
All right, and at that point,
I will travel with you for the time being.
Sounds good. And at that point, I'm going to throw the ring towards Sale. Be like, here you go.
And as the cage comes down, he's like, "Tally ho!" And he just jumps and he lands on your shoulder. And it kind of like weighs you down for a moment because he's almost like the size of you. It's like he's like, "Okay, this is not going to work," as he hops down.
Let me gain a few inches and then we'll try it.
Rose is not happy.
Rose can make that grapple check if she wants.
Alrighty, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay.
So I'm going to action cast, do invisibility.
Okay.
I'm going to then bonus action and then shadow step next to the mama.
All right.
Where the baby that I want is.
Okay.
And then I'm timing it to try and wait for, I don't know if this is initiative.
It's not, because there is no combat right now because she cannot see you.
Because I'm not trying to hurt the mother. I just want the baby because I paid for it.
So it's mine.
Whoa. Stealing the baby from the mama. Wow.
Even though until Sable grows up to be of age, could have a litter and then just give one to Rose.
Rose doesn't want to wait.
No,
yeah,
understandable.
So it's not initiative because you haven't attacked the mother. The mother can't see you.
Alrighty. So grappling the baby is not a thing. I want to try and take like a ration and coerce that puts.
I'm going to tell you right now that the ration will not work because they are not meat fed yet. They are still nursing.
They're still nursing. Oh, crap.
Take the mother.
I can't take the mother. Shit. So that she's not weaned off. Crap. So she needs milk.
Mm-hmm.
I can get milk. Milk's easy. I'm I'm gonna try and whisper to it in Umbral and see if I can get it to step into my hands.
Okay. Give me a perception roll before you do that. See if you noticed anything the last time you did it.
Come on, new color, better rolls. Nope. Dice hate me.
I'll give you advantage on it because these are creatures that you know about and you've like yearned for your entire life. The kittens don't speak in Umbral yet. The kittens right now don't speak anything because they're newborn. They haven't acclimated yet.
Alrighty.
So they're pretty much dumb as rocks right now.
Alrighty, then I'm gonna try and like put my hand under the kitten and see if it'll like willingly like climb onto my hand.
Give me an animal handling roll.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
Please let it work. Please. Come on, man.
No, Jesus
So you put your hand underneath it and it doesn't really roll on it. It just lays down on your hand.
But it's on my hand.
It's on your hand, but it just lays there and kind of pins your hand to the ground. As it's it's deceptively heavy.
So question, is it technically the next round?
Yeah, there's nothing else is going on. I mean, Ash, are you doing anything? Or have you already pieced out?
I helped for the few seconds of like, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. No.
Yeah, Jolika is like, I don't want to be a party pooper here, but we've got maybe about 15 seconds before this place is full of carnivorous creatures. I want to get out before that happens, and it would look better on you if you weren't here when the jailbreak happened.
That's pretty much at that point where I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna grab Sahara outside and him, or not. Sorry, I actually brought her in because I was terrified of her being stolen.
So I'm going to Rojan. I'm going to bonus action cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Which gives me the bonus of not provoking attacks of opportunity, which breaks my invisibility. And I'm gonna tell the mother, I promise she'll be in a good home. And I'm gonna like my full movement, like nope out of there.
So you pretty much just football grab the baby and just run.
Yeah, it's in my hand. I just gotta lift it up and bounce out.
Okay.
Can I hear what the mother's saying?
No, because the mother is not speaking in a language that you can understand.
Oh, come on. Speak with animals, for God's sake.
She's not speaking animalistic.
She's cursing at Rose and Umbral at the moment. But you pick that baby up and begin to like Heisman charge out the door.
Yep. Remember, I did cast Disguise Self.
Yep.
Earlier on.
With this little this black displacer beast kitten tucked under your arms. Zale being followed by two like fire-tipped hyenas and
God, we're so dead.
A chameleon-like ocelot walking next to Tickles, and on Ash's shoulders is an invisible fairy dragon.
Wait, doesn't the ocelot go invisible? I'm
we like, are the worst.
As you exit the shop, and you hear Jaloki call out, "Okay, just act cool." Bunch of people walking out of a pet store. Bought pets. Just act cool and keep walking.
Are you gonna be invisible on me?
Oh yeah. Until we get to a safer place.
Okay.
Back to our inn, I think.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. We might want to head back to the inn.
So you guys, as you guys are like, nonchalantly walking back to the inn, kind of like a little quick pace in your step, you begin to hear like the rumble and the crash and like of things inside being destroyed. And as you go around, like as you get farther away and around the corner, you hear the front of the store just explode out as there's this just roar of all sorts of animals and beasts and everything just pouring out into like the cul-de-sac of the shopping district that you are on. And people begin to like yell and scream and begin to like, try to get indoors as there is now panic on the streets. You will make it back to the inn,
Oh.
but everybody has been sequestered in the market district as the guards and the mage knights have come to somehow somehow either get these animals under control or put them down or something.
Oh.
But you make it back into the inn, and it's already been cleared out. And Blacktooth is sitting there looking at you with a knowing look on his face because you all walk in with these animals.
Not me, for mine is invisible.
So is mine.
Eh,
Wait, the Kamasalot turns invisible?
No, the
Yeah, he can
Kamasalot
turn it.
is not invisible right now. It's just walking with Tickles. So this is quiet for you.
Relatively.
Kinda.
I don't suppose I could have 2
it's an accident.
extra beds sent
Look.
up to my room.
Look, you're grounded. You're up in the room for at least 3 days. Not because I'm your mother or anything, but you need to lay low while the heat dies down.
I know about that.
I think that's fine. I can do that.
It sounds reasonable.
I can go for a staycation right now.
Rose is not going to protest. She has her she finally has her displacer piece. She's like, I need some milk.
You need some common sense, but yeah, I'll send some milk up.
Okay.
This may not be the right time to ask, but we're here. So I don't suppose you know anyone that could, send these animals somewhere for us?
So you steal the animals, and now you
Well,
want me to get
No, they were
We
paid
did-
for.
They
We
did
did
pay for them.
Yeah.
They did.
25,000 gold, I'll have you know.
But you destroyed the pet shop.
That was an unforeseen circumstance.
You are by far the worst thieves ever. You give the mark money before destroying a shop.
Well, we didn't plan on destroying it or stealing anything.
Nor did we.
Well,
I mean, it's not our fault he was a klutz and fell off a fucking ladder.
I'm sorry.
the owner.
The shop owner fell off his ladder and broke his fucking neck.
So he's
Idiot.
dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
if there's anything left of him, yeah.
All right, make it a week.
Well, I'm sure the animals ate the remains.
It doesn't matter.
Or at least most of them.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be looking for you for questioning. People obviously saw you walking out of the pet shop.
Well, they saw this. And then she dispels her disguise self.
Well, congratulations. None of them did this.
Well,
Yeah.
well, they're looking for an elf, which doesn't exist. Ash and Tickles, on the other hand.
I'm going to my room. And I'll walk upstairs.
Right. So, if you think of anyone that can deliver animals for us, I need to get these 2 to the desert. So I'll be up in my room.
I know people. We'll just
Wonderful.
we'll smuggle them out the next time we have a run.
Splendid. I'll let my people know they're coming.
Oh no, they're gonna have to pick them up. We don't deliver overseas.
Well, I mean, my people are gnolls, so maybe they shouldn't come over here to pick them up.
I mean, as far as I can send them is to Jenny's. Afterwards, what happens to them is up to you.
Right. Well, I'll give it some thought. I'll go up to my room for now. Tickles, if you speak to Piper, maybe ask on my behalf if he's willing to help.
I've tried and nothing in this town will let me talk to him. Or
Oh,
trust me, I've tried.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Right.
Okay. Motion
And
to
the butler kind of like try to hold me down from using it.
It's probably for a reason, I'm sure. Motion to the hyena and take them up to my room.
All right. So everyone goes up to the rooms, and as soon as you walk in, Jalokia takes the invisibility off of himself. He's like, I am free. The jackass is dead. His jackass brother is dead. It was a good day.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Hi, I'm Tickles.
Hi, I'm Jalokia. You got any books?
I have some in my bag. I can take you to my room and you can start reading some.
Perfect.
Can I call you Loki?
I like that. Sure, call me Loki.
I never properly gave you my name. I am Ash.
Oh, I know. You're Ash, that's Zale, that's Rose, that's Tickles. The giant one's Molly.
Did you hear us?
Didn't have to.
How did you know?
Your smell gives you away.
Our names have a smell.
Our names? What?
Oh, I can
Oh,
smell.
you and I said the same thing.
I can smell a lot of things about you.
Like?
Spoilers.
Enlighten me, small one.
As
Did
he,
you just say spoilers?
yeah, he just says spoilers.
I like him. He didn't say my real name.
I could if you want.
Do you have
No.
a real name?
Yes.
We'll put a bullet point and pin that. Okay. Well,
Bullet point pin.
bullet point pin.
I mean, I have a pistol. I love how everyone's gone silent.
I need a drink. I'm gonna go up to my room.
What's your name?
As the cat just looks at you.
Rose goes, I'll join you.
Meow.
Ah, crap! It didn't work.
It probably wore off.
It did.
It
Yeah.
only lasts for 10 minutes.
Shit! I do it again. Loop.
My name?
Yes.
I do not have a name.
Would you like one?
Give or take.
Your name shall be Kamara.
Kamara. Wait. You just took chameleon and added extra words. Or extra letters.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't.
Whatever. I am Kamara. Now where is my milk?
Ring butler, milk, please.
As the ring golem like hovers out and he has like 2 large saucers of milk that he puts on the ground for both Kamara and the displacer kitten.
The one thing people need to realize when having pets in D&D, you still gotta take care of them.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm trying to send mine home.
Screw responsibility.
I'll put it off on someone else.
Right.
I mean, when you're the leader of your people, you can do that.
That's true.
All right, let's go ahead and take we're a little over, but let's go ahead and take our second break for the night. And then we will pick up with a week after the murder hoboing of a pet shop owner.
Oh,
And
come on. It wasn't like official murder hobo.
Yeah, it was, there was no intent for that.
Okay.
Worst.
Okay. Involuntary
That was an accidental murder hobo.
I'm sorry,
That
but
really was.
involuntary manslaughter hobo doesn't sound as good.
True.
Also, Zale needed to talk to Ash tonight, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. So we will.
Look,
Look,
We'll,
I
Yeah.
just wanted
We'll
to
get
put
back
the
to the-
body in another well.
we'll get to the conversation between Ash and Zale when we come back, guys. So let's stick with us. We will be right back.
well, I gotta grab.
Okay, we are back. I apologize
Hi.
for that. Had to take care of something during our break. It went a little long. But
It
we are
didn't feel
back.
long.
She said,
Oh,
Okay. I'm done.
so before we get into the fast forward of 1 week later, Ash and Zale have a little conversing to do.
I will, once some time has passed and Ash was able to shake off the trauma that, not really trauma, but like the, oh shit, we fucked up, she'll eventually go.
it'll be after Rose gets a few drinks into her.
Yeah, that too.
So what has just now become known as business as usual?
She does change. She just changed into her normal casual clothes. Casual as far as like her base layer of like what she wears for her armor, which is like her tunic and her leggings and whatnot. And she'll go ahead and she'll knock on Zale's door.
About what time of night would this be?
What time did we get back?
You got back probably around 2 in the afternoon.
It's probably like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Because you said evening, so.
Yes. It takes her a minute, but she does eventually answer the door and opens it up, and she's standing there wearing just, some like bathrobe she found in the closet that's in there. She invites you in. She kind of motions to a seat in the room that's like right next to these two giant fiery hyenas.
You know what?
And
I don't have Loki with me. I gave him some books.
And the two pups kind of like wiggle their butts a little bit when they see Ash come in and sit down. They like walk on either side of her, and both of them put their heads in her lap.
Give them head scratchies.
They're still children. They're quite playful.
I like playful.
Yes. Well, I suppose you're here about the favor.
Yes.
Now, I won't hold you to it since things didn't exactly go according to plan. But if you're willing to listen,
Of course.
this is all something that I'm going to be telling the rest of the group at some point as well. I just I need an assurance from at least one person in the group. And as she says that, she walks over to where she's laid her equipment, and she picks up the skullcracker axe and walks over to Ash and kind of lays it in her lap, kind of pushing the hyena muzzles out of the way as she does.
No! Come back.
I need to make sure that this gets back to the desert in one piece.
Okay.
I know you were in a bit of a state when we were making our way here, so I don't expect you've noticed, but in my flesh, my real flesh, I've carved a bit of a insurance policy.
What did you do, Zale?
Before we departed your property, I stopped by your library and I was given a book by Gaston.
I remember.
Well, within that book, I found the complete ritual for the one that I failed, that cost me my life. When the horsemen were chasing us, you remember?
I do remember.
It details what's needed to conduct the ritual and what the effects are. It more or less says that it, I suppose you could say, grants the caster the fury of Yunogu.
Is this something similar that your prior matriarch did before her death?
I suspect she did, as I did in the field, a lesser version of it. Because this particular one alluded to the caster. I don't want to use the word immortal, more invulnerable. Alludes to the caster being invulnerable for the duration of the ritual. And the cost is, well,
Quite high.
your mind, almost. Now, I have no intention of really using this, but
You would just turn into a creature, wouldn't you?
I would. If I can't get Yith back, if he is lost, truly lost, and I have expended every possible option that I have, then I intend on bringing this city down with me.
And what of your people?
They will need a new matriarch, and the new matriarch will need that axe. So if it comes to that point, if I have to do this, I want you to take that axe back to the desert. There is a flind. Do you know what a flind is among my people?
I unfortunately do not.
The flinds are, they wield the most power next to the matriarch. We have shamans, but even they are below the flinds. There is one particular individual. I hesitate to ask this of you as well, but this individual is, her name is Kel. She's a Flynn. She is Yith's mother. If he is lost, and if I am lost, I ask that you take that axe back to her. Tell her what happened, and entrust her to choose the next matriarch.
I'm I'm sorry. I kind of, I didn't mean to be rude. I blinked a little bit. What was her name?
Her name is Kel. Khel.
I see.
There's
you see like a couple of tears kind of escape down a little bit while she's just sitting there.
There's
Continue.
more. One of the effects of this ritual is that it, as you said, basically turns me into a beast. And from what I gather, I won't be able to distinguish between friend or foe. So I intend on letting all of you know if I'm going to do this, so you have a chance to leave. And the ritual requires a heart. If I can't get Yith back, Then I've already lost my heart. So I will use my own for the ritual, ensuring that when it is over, I am no longer.
And so the cycle continues. And we will be hurt by that. You
I
know
know you
that
will.
when you die, that will hurt us just as much.
I understand that.
I'm not going to let that happen.
I'm not presenting a choice, Ash.
I'm not either. I'm not going to let that happen.
The ritual...
You're going to come back with Yith.
Oh, I intend to. But...
as yourself.
If every option fails, every single option that is presented fails, then this is what will happen. I have no intention on bringing this city to its knees. We have met with its people and they care deeply for it. I respect that. And I don't want to take that from them. But if they take everything from me, then I have no other course of action.
So you would kill innocents.
I would.
Continue the cycle of rage and heartache. Do you hear yourself?
I have given it a lot of thought, Ash. It has consumed my mind every single day since he has been taken from me.
So you'll kill innocents for it and lose yourself, destroying your friends and others?
I'm giving you the opportunity to leave should it come to this.
Well, you already know I'm not going to leave. Zil,
Which
you
is
are
why
my friend.
I am not giving a choice, Ash. This is why I am giving up myself in order to do this. So there will be nothing left to save.
And I already told you I'm not going to let that happen.
The ritual is already in my flesh. If it
And
has
all
to
you
happen,
have to do is pull the trigger, and I'm not going to allow you to do that. We are going to save Yith. We're going to save Yith. You are seeing this all with the glass half empty. I'm
I am
seeing it half
just
full.
being prepared.
And I
Ash.
understand that, but you are not losing yourself. You are not killing innocents. You are not going to give us heartache and innocent people's heartache. Believe me, I can only imagine the heartache one would feel if that were to happen. But I'm not going to let you pull that trigger, and I'm not going to let anything happen to Yith. We are going to save him.
And
I'm not
I
losing a friend.
agree, Ash. I intend on saving him. The path that the Grove Mother set out for every time this story has played itself over and I have failed every time, I intend on breaking that. I intend on ending that cycle and
Good.
bringing him home with me.
Good. With your mind, with your friends, with your other half.
But if we get there and he is lost, truly lost, I will know if there is anything left to save.
Then
I
maybe
will
we
know,
find someone
Ash.
to save him. Save his mind. Someone that's more pure and holy to kind of balance it. We'll figure it out. But not all is lost if he is lost. We can find a way.
I've been trying to convince myself of that as well, Ash.
Then keep
But you
keep
have not
believing.
seen what I have seen. You have not seen what they are doing to him up in that tower right now while I sit here in this cushy room doing nothing.
But we can't go in, as Tickles would say, guns a-blazing now.
No, we can't, which is why I'm sitting here thinking about it. I am going over every possible plan and every possible outcome, and I am preparing for every single one of them. And this is the worst possible outcome. I do not want this to happen under any circumstances. But
Okay, good.
if it does, Ash, I'm telling you now, and I will tell the rest of the group as well, so that you are all prepared and can act in that moment. Because I have no desire to hurt you or to turn on you. To do that would break what is left of my heart after I lose Yith.
Well, let me make this clear at least, just so you don't misunderstand. I accept this. I will bring this back to your people. But I am also going to bring you and Yith home alive, and that is going to be my goal.
And it is a good goal to have, and I will support you in it.
Okay, just please, I know you, please, when the time does come and all does seem lost, please, just for a moment, do not succumb to your anger and your heartache and immediately trigger that final step of the ritual. Will you promise me that?
I do, Ash. I promise you that.
You swear?
Will be, I swear it, on my life and Yith's. It will be the very last thing that I do.
Okay. Okay. We're going to save him. I believe in it in my heart.
And should this happen, you will know that it will happen when I hand you that axe. All right?
Okay. That's fair.
Thank you.
And I'll go ahead and I'll give her a big hug.
I'll hug her back.
And
the hyenas will join in on the hug.
Is it okay to cry?
They do that normal dog hug where they jump up and they put their hands on your back and kind of like leaning into you.
And then I'll hand the axe back, and I'll start to walk out, and I'll open up the door and stop for a moment, and I'll turn back and kind of give a weak smile back at Zale, and I'll be like, this is really foolish thing to say, considering how it wasn't real, but one of my boys was named Kel. And then I'll close the door.
Oh.
I want to cry so bad.
Like when you said the name Kel, I'm like,
spelled the same way too.
I wrote that in. You can't see it obviously because I've got a notepad up on my screen.
Look at the fan art page.
Way at the top of my original notes document for Zale, it has her family laid out and it has Yith's family laid out, and that name is right there, right at the top.
Yep, great minds.
Yeah, that's weird because I've never said the name before, and you've never said the name before.
Rojan did it. He knew.
Yes, I implanted it in your mind subconsciously while you were murdering a pet shop owner.
Hey, man. I didn't do it this time.
By the way, sorry.
Thank you, guys.
We are Nerd
We
Smith.
did not.
Thank you for that raid. Raiders, welcome on in. I apologize that we couldn't do the fanfare right as you guys came in. It was in a very feels like moment.
She's crying
between Ash
Shut
and
up.
Zale.
It was a good moment.
One of many that seems to happen between those two characters.
Welcome on
God,
in,
seriously.
everyone. Thank you so much for that raid. Wicked Polar, Sylvan Now, thank you for the follows. So Ash, when you walk out of the door,
Okay.
I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh, fuck. I know it's coming. I know it.
I'm over in the corner saying hi.
It's probably not going to happen because freaking my rolls have been shit.
I'll allow it.
Where did my page go? There. Oh, there it is.
Know.
Okay, it was hiding. Perception.
Perception.
Can I get advantage? My passive perception's
Sylvan Now,
higher.
thank you for those 100 bits. And you know what? Since, Sylvanov was awesome and donated those 100 bits. Sure, you can have advantage.
Yay!
Yay!
Probably because we're just like, God damn it, bitch! This is the second time you failed a perception check with something I want to
So,
mess with you.
As you look around the room, a little bit of tears drying down your cheeks. You look.
Sorry,
up,
this is my room.
No. This is the common room of the.
Okay, sorry.
You look up to one of the skylights, and just briefly, you see a pair of crimson eyes looking down into the room up on the roof, and then they're gone. You can see like the like a medium built form of a humanoid kind of like turning off of the skylight and kind of leaping off down into the street below.
Okay, I am going to do a thing. And Rose is gonna hate me.
What are you doing?
I go follow it.
How are you going to follow it?
I want to go outside in the location where I thought it dropped and.
All right, so you running downstairs? Yes. Okay. So because she's not the stealthiest person around,
clank.
And when she's a bit excited,
I'm not in my armor.
She kind of has the grace of a newborn gazelle.
I do.
Everyone hears Ash begin to just sprint towards the stairs leading down into the common room of the tavern.
Even from our rooms?
Even from your rooms, it's not silent. Like, everyone is disturbed by this.
Okay. Yeah, I like pop up. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep. And you as you pop out, you could see Ash not really rounding the banister for the stairs, but kind of just like leaping over it and running downstairs. And then for another moment, you hear her just hit the front door as she goes running out into the street.
With the tavern's over by the water, right?
No, the tavern is not over by the water. The tavern is in the market district.
Crap. Alrighty. Rose is going to. All right. So Rose is going to chase, but because she has the spider climb ability, she's not going to be chasing on the streets. She's going to be chasing from above.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Oh, I forgot you have that.
Yep. Rose has a ring of spider climb.
Jeez, that's
that
cool.
Jazzy gave her.
Jazz hands. Oh, sorry.
Rosa, that's because my room is too small for a green screen.
You can still have yours on. You can still what we have. It's great.
What about Tickles and Zale? Are you guys going to investigate, or are you just gonna stay around?
So like my door's open. I just see her just kind of go past.
You just see a silver streak of hair run by your room.
Hair and scales.
And scales.
And then like the tail like whipping and like smacking into like one of the side walls.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Forgot I have a tail.
You gotta teach her how to Super Saiyan that shit, man.
I'm Naruto running.
Oh
no.
Tickles is gonna get out of bed.
Naruto run gives advantage to dexterity.
Mainly bullets. Sorry. Tickles is gonna get up and be like, "Come, Chimera, adventure awaits."
And you just hear, "Meow," and your little Camosalot jumps down off the bed and just follows at your heels.
Sweet. Onward.
Is my room facing the street? Like, if I look out the window, can I see her running out the front door?
Yes, if you were to look out like the window that you have, it faces down right above the front door.
I'm going to I'm gonna pull a Thor, and I'm gonna reach my hand out and recall my axe to me.
That is.
And
Why have you never done that as a reference
You
before?
reach your hand out, and Skullcracker just flies right into your palm.
and I hop out the window.
Okay. Can I get a dexterity check since you are jumping from like a 3rd-story window?
You
Oh,
sure
Jesus.
can.
No, give me an
Oh, God.
give me an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics, okay.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics roll. All right, you're
That's-
fine. So you leap from the 3rd-story window of the tavern, and you hit the ground into an action roll, and you begin to follow after Ash. Rose now climbing up onto the top of the.
Oh fuck! I'm only wearing a bathrobe.
Oh, you're in your elf form right now, aren't you?
Yep.
Rose climbing up onto
It's cool.
climbing up onto the top of the tavern, following Ash as she begins to run down the street. Tickles in tail, a little bit behind Zale. Noticing that the elf is only wearing a bathrobe as you begin to all run after your half vampire friend.
Slightly off the
So
shoulder.
I have a question. While I'm technically going through like the front door, going down and such. Do I see Blackfang anywhere?
You mean
Like with
no? You don't see him.
no? Oh, I don't see him because I was about to say hi, bye, and just go
So
follow suit.
Ash, you've probably got like a couple rounds before anyone else catches up to you, but you run out into the direction where the whatever was on the top of the roof leapt off, and you begin to well, I'm not even gonna tell you what you're doing because I want you to tell me how you're going about this.
I am. She's staying a little more calm this time, but she's definitely shaking, and she is trying to look very hard for what this thing is. So she's just kind of, to the best of her knowledge, run to the direction where she thinks it is, and just kind of search frantically for whatever it is.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Oh, I know how good I am at these.
Oh, we all know how good you are.
Oh,
Hey,
I saw that one and I was like, well, there we go.
That was a performance roll.
Oh shit.
I'll
Ah.
allow it.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Even with the 19, it would make it. So
You know
I'll
what?
allow
I'm not gonna lie, it's a +4 for perception anyway, so it's the same roll.
it. So Ash, you begin to run around, and your eyes kind of begin to pick up like heat signatures on the ground where this thing has stepped. But the way it's stepping, it's like almost as if it's gliding as it's moving, as each step is probably about a good 5 or 10 feet apart from the other one.
And it's just one set of footsteps.
It's just one set of footsteps, and then it comes up to, there is now a split in the steps, one going left, one going right. Either side of you is an alleyway. At this point in time, the rest of the group on foot catches up to you. Rose, how have you been moving on the up on the rooftops?
Like just, full sprint, keeping her in sight, trying to catch up.
Okay.
So I'm presuming she's running full speed. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
so yeah, so like, like we're like she's got like a 1.5 feet on me, so like her stride is way longer. So
Mhm.
like I'm like running as hard as I can to keep up with her.
And you're kind of getting an adrenaline rush as you're leaping across like large building gaps with ease and landing light as a feather, like just this feeling that you've never had before coursing through your veins as you're able to use this ring to jump large distances and able to cling onto the walls without having a fear of plummeting to your demise below.
Oh dude, I'm like so Spider-Gwenning this shit.
And once everybody gets to this location, you can see Ash like looking between the two alleyways, both of them pitch black.
Cool. I'm can I superhero like fall next to her?
Superhero land?
Superhero land right next to her. Can I do that?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, come on.
And
Come on. Please make it have lots of decks.
yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Nice.
So you kind of roll off the side of the roof that you're on, and you kind of like do like a midair spin, and you just gracefully land into a superhero pose directly next to Ash.
Yeah, like Rose just just, and then she just like grabs your hand and she's like, "What has you in such a tizzy?"
She will actually say, not looking at Rose, she'll be like, I'm searching for someone. And then she's gonna run the left way.
All right, and as you begin to run the left way, a body comes flying over you. As there's a loud metallic crunch as it hits the ground and rolls and hits the other wall.
Oh,
As
is that the servant?
As you can see, this young elven-looking man in bright blue armor, the same white and gold trim with the golden eagle in his emblazoned on his chest,
Oh, that's not good.
crumpled in like a bloody, like just like in a bloody ball against the wall. The
Oh, he's
top of
dead.
his skull bored open.
Oh,
So you said he's wearing blue?
I look behind us. What did that?
I'm immediately looking.
So as soon as Ash turns back around, the two of you turn back around, Ash, you're looking like into the chest of a very tall and like lean humanoid with a black like cowl over its head. You can barely make out the like a soft purplish tone to its skin underneath what looks to be like a cross leather harness. Its arms the same color with these long studded bracers on it that culminate into a pair of claw-like knuckles.
Do I recognize this person?
You do not. You have never come across this person before.
What are you? What do you want?
And as you say, he just pushes you aside and begins to walk towards the body that was thrown from the shadows.
Were you the one that was looking inside? Answer me.
And it turns its head for just a second before taking, like, you see it reach like to its head, and you hear a pop as it pulls out a gemstone, and it places it on the forehead of the now dead guard.
Before he does that, can I do an action?
What are you trying to do?
I want to shoot the crystal out of his hand.
Okay, go ahead.
I was like, she's gonna shoot him.
All right.
That's our tickles.
Yeah. Right. Give me a sec here. Fuck.
So the shot rings out, and its hand comes up and just snaps the bullet.
Oh shit!
I instantly, my dragon arm like starts to steam and
Question.
show ice coming from it.
As it drops the bullet, you people are like a bull in a china shop.
Well, she asked you a question, man.
And he puts the gem on the head of the elf, and it just begins to glow. You should be saying thank you.
For what?
What are you doing to him?
Identity theft. As you see the gem just begin to pulse, and as it does, any of the moisture that was in this elf's body begins to like drain away until the gem begins to burn a bright gold, and all that's left is a skeleton in this blue suit of armor. And
What is that?
he takes the gem. My disguise.
For what?
As he stands up, he pulls the hood off of his head, and you can see a very tall mind flare standing across from you. And he has a circlet on his forehead. And as he puts it on, the entire circlet begins to shine, and his body then morphs down to look identical to that of the elf.
Do I recognize that face from the castle?
No.
That's a different mind flare.
That's a
That's
different
a
mind
different
flare.
mind flare.
Fuck Griselda!
Oh shit!
What are you doing here?
I have my own purposes. Though, if I heard correctly between the two of your little conversation, revenge seems to be a popular word.
What are you doing out here then? Were you spying on us?
On you, on others.
Were we your next victims for your identity theft?
No. None of your identities suit me at the moment.
Then what of those other footprints? And I motion to the right side.
Oh. As he touches one of the gems inlaid on his bracer, and there's a flash of light as another version of him appears next to him.
Oh, I gotta get me one of those.
Can I do a history check to see if I have ever heard of someone like this from my life as an assassin?
Go right ahead.
Ooh.
7.
You have never heard of anything like this before. And as he clicks the gem again, the illusion vanishes.
That is very handy.
Indeed, this body is handy.
So what are you trying to do?
I need revenge.
First of all, sorry for trying to shoot you.
Oh,
Never
no,
seen anyone catch my bullet.
Oh no, it was cute.
Oh.
She's conflicted at the word cute. She's like, good way or bad way?
Bullets
Ador-
cute, bitch.
Adorable.
I like it. I like you already.
Then go take your revenge somewhere else and stop spying on us.
I offer a partnership.
Deal. What is it?
Like Rose audibly sighs.
As he's like, not to you.
Oh, darn.
And he walks over to Zale. To you.
I walk right up next to Zale and just watch.
Right up, right in her face.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Huh? What are you keeping from us?
I'm listening.
Just listening.
2 things. 1, I may be of somebody of interest to you. Well, this body, before I took it over, would have interest to you. A certain monk that belongs to your blind friends.
Now I'm definitely listening.
He was captured. I was planted. And now here I am.
So you want us
Where-
to help you free him?
No, he is dead. I consumed him.
Oh.
Wait, so you're saying the mind flare body is the body of the monk?
Yes.
Hmm.
So what are you really then? What is your true face?
As he takes the gem off and he morphs back into the mind flare, this is my true face.
Oh, I love your tentacles.
Wait, So wait, was
That
he the
is
guard,
weird.
or was he the guard, or
He was the guard
mind-
in disguise.
No, but
Sure.
he
So-
killed the guard and then used the gem to assume the guard's form.
Okay, because he
Yeah.
was saying this form, so I thought he would look like the monk.
No, he means the body that he was implanted in as a larval state.
Oh, I missed that step. I thought
Yeah.
the mind flare. Okay, makes sense now. Okay, sorry.
Gotcha.
We're up to speed now. Okay.
I have more
The
questions than answers, but go on.
elves have something of mine.
Have something of mine as well.
If you were just born, what could they possibly have of yours?
The brain.
You seem to talk rather well for someone with no brain.
Not my brain. Tis a
I was gonna
brain
make
in a
another
jar.
comment.
One that I am linked to.
Wait, didn't Rose see a brain in the jar somewhere?
Yeah, she did. The last time you guys encountered a mind flayer.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they have this thing about freaking brains in jars.
Mm-hmm.
What is the brain to you, other than being linked to you?
That's about it.
Where is it being held?
So he kind of points up towards the floating spires. In one of those, I would assume.
I see where our common interests will align.
Before we go any further with this, you said you could offer me two things. I've only heard one thing so far. What's the other?
A way in.
It's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
I don't
I mean,
have-
I can just fly up there. I don't know why everyone else is having a problem.
I suggest you don't. Not even birds can fly near those spires.
What about the bat?
What about a bat?
No bats.
What if I'm a really small bat?
Ash,
Then
just,
you are
Oh my
a
God.
really small corpse.
So-
Ash,
So,
let's just listen to
I
Mr. Mind Flayer here.
am going to need some assistance acquiring this way up. I cannot do it on my own. And after the commotion today, albeit that your group is rather loud, I can use somebody like you.
Sorry.
Just want to use this as a distraction. If you're
No.
saying that we're loud,
No, I'm just making a general statement that you're loud.
I told you guys.
So, you know of a way up. You
I
need
do.
our help to get that way up.
I do. I cannot handle so many bodies on my own.
But then how are we supposed to get up without getting caught?
Got an orb.
Well, that's what I assume this is about. We get the way up together, and what? We help you get this brain, you help us in our endeavor?
Oh no, once we get up there, we go our separate ways. I assume that my search and your search are going to lead us in opposite directions.
Well, I know which tower my prize is in.
I do not know where mine is, and I do not wish to burden you.
All right, so what's your plan for us getting up there?
Is that a yes, then?
First off, the monk. Did you just consume his body, or did you take any of his possessions?
I consumed his mind.
Hmm.
You do-
Jazzy will be upset, but
You do not know
it is
how
what it is.
how we are born, do you?
No, I like to know, please.
We start off as larvae that are implanted into our hosts. And then slowly but surely we consume their brain, and then we become them.
It's like some Parasite Maximum shit right here, and I'm digging it.
I'm getting alien vibes, but except for that chest exploding, it's more the brain melts and.
Yeah, they pretty much consume the brain and then they morph.
Oh wait,
Oh, so when you say the body, the physical
that
body, that you
trailer
have.
from Baldur's Gate.
Y-
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
The trailer from Baldur's Gate shows the birth of a mind flayer.
which is awesome. All right. Well,
Then for
We're
my
j-
assistance, I ask that I presume the wraps on your hand are that of the monks.
These?
Mhm.
Yes.
I would have those.
Hmm. I don't think so.
we owe it to a friend. You
Once
sort of killed him.
I did no such thing. You cannot fault a child for being born.
If you consumed the monk's brain, am I correct in assuming that you would at least have a glimpse into his memories as well? I've only met one other of your kind, so I'm afraid I don't know how it works.
Fragments here and there. His fighting styles have stuck around. They have served me well.
You've met another mind flare?
Well, yes.
The one that's in your
Yours.
castle.
Oh, wait.
We have
no,
one in
you-
our castle?
No, you
Wait,
don't.
what?
Nope. I was mistaken. It
What?
was just a
There's one
squid
in my
on a
castle?
pole.
What?
Nope. Don't worry about it.
She
I
doesn't know.
It wasn't.
You guys forgot she never knew.
It was really dark down there, and
Rose
I
doesn't know she's not supposed to know about it.
It's kind of hard to mistake in this. How do you...
well,
We'll go back to that.
You've never been down there, right? So you don't
No, Father
know
never
just
let me down
how
there.
dark and difficult to see things in it is down there. So
I
this
see
way up
torches down
into-
there. It's not pitch black.
They were extinguished when I was down there.
Don't you have dark vision?
I was having a sudden episode of blindness again. I don't really like to talk about it.
Sale, we're going to come back to that later because I have many questions. So in the meantime, this second mind flare you apparently have met, you're basically saying, as I turn my attention back to him, you're basically saying that you just want us to cooperate with each other just to get to the top, correct? Nothing more?
A means to the end.
How do we know you won't backstab us?
I mean,
No
what
Offense,
else
we're
we
in a
got to
place where people do
lose?
that.
You don't.
Well, we
Exactly.
did just see him kill one of the guards. So
And
Sure,
and
that was
stops my
intentional.
bullet, even with my pack tactics.
All right, so we've already caused enough trouble to where we may need a week before we can do this.
A week is too long.
I agree.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying we've
Let's
caused
do it now.
a crap ton.
Now is too
Trouble.
soon.
Then when would you like it to happen?
Two nights is
In
when
2 nights.
is when they will gather.
Okay, good. We'll see
Who's
you there.
they?
Come on, guys.
Who's they?
A coronation. The christening, I believe the human called it. Something about welcoming a new child into the world.
Oh, christening. Okay.
They will be hosting a large gathering of noble folk in one of their finer temples. Some named individuals will be there, each one having a stone.
So we get the stone. Yeah.
we
and
need to
pretty much just go
simply
up there.
procure a stone. 2 would be suffice.
Would that be enough for all of us, though? I don't understand how they work.
As long as you are touching the one who has the stone, you should be fine. 1 stone for me, 1 stone for your group.
All right.
Seems reasonable.
I need
All right.
you just in case we get caught and things
Okay.
turn bloody.
All
Okay.
right. Are we really gonna massacre people? The christening?
It should be your
Oh.
patsies.
We don't have to massacre anyone. It doesn't have to be
Okay,
the
good.
pet shop all over again.
Yeah,
Or
that's
the
not.
well.
Pet shop
I-
was an accident. We
I
didn't have to
may
massacre them.
have. We have 2 days to plan it. I may have a way to do it without killing more people, but I give us a moment, and I'll kind of get everybody like this.
As you're doing that, you see that he puts the gem back into the circlet, and as he shrinks down into the elf's body, you see him begin to take the blue armor off of the the now skeleton.
Is he
of-
naked?
Yeah, he's like stripped down. He's beginning to put on the armor.
Does he look good?
I was about to say, Tickles looks at that mind flayer's ass.
It's an elf's ass, technically. It's an
Same
elf.
shit. Okay.
He works out.
Okay.
He's
Ash
got a
will,
nice
Ash will do a quick like, huh, and then, but she's gonna face him to keep an eye on him while they huddle, and she's gonna kind of like whisper to the group while having an eye on him, not in a perverted way. I just make sure he doesn't escape or run off. Totally not. That was like bad build up to that, but yeah.
Tickles says he's got a nice tentacle.
Oh,
Technically, they don't have genitalia.
Oh, come on!
Ah!
They're
They're like a Ken doll.
Yeah, they are Ken dolls.
Damn it.
Okay, I know technically he asked you, Zale, but I feel like this is a group decision, and I'm all for it.
I was about to say we're doing it with or without you.
Thank you
You're welcome.
so much, Tickles. I value
Also-
our friendship.
Also, if we do happen to see his brain that he's looking for, I mean, it wouldn't help but just to help him.
Sure.
What? I'm being nice!
All right, what do you two think?
I think this is a quick way in, and I'm on board.
Rose is like, don't trust him.
I don't either, but I honestly don't want to stay in that building for a whole week, let alone 2 days.
I don't like being grounded. It's like being in my box again.
I just don't like my room.
You can always stay in my room.
Could I tonight? For the next 2 nights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
We're good? We good. Okay.
And as you turn around, the monk has taken the gear that he has and he's stuffed it into a pack and he's slung it over his shoulder. Now wearing the guard's armor, kind of looking an exact duplicate minus the board hole in his head.
I'm afraid.
So I want to talk to the mind flayer again, just real fast. As Rose, she goes to him and she goes, "I'm presuming the wraps have some sort of magical properties, which is why you wish to not relinquish them."
I like
Is that
them.
fair? Oh. The organization the monk belongs to has a propensity of wearing a white bandana on their arms.
That was not on my body when I was born. You would most likely find that in the den with the rest of the discarded goods.
So nice.
Is there anything from like what looks like the monk armor or the monk, well, not the armor, but the monk possessions, aside from the wraps, that looks like, like a necklace, medallion? I'm trying to get something to give back to Jazzy.
Not on him at the moment. Everything that he had, he's put into the pack. He's now wearing the elf's armor.
I ask, is there anything of the monks that you would willingly part with?
At the moment, no. Do what we need to do, and maybe I can give you something.
What is your name?
I can't remember.
Wait, are you given a name at birth?
That's just it. I cannot remember.
Is your name I cannot remember?
What would you like us to call you?
Call me whatever.
Perhaps.
We're calling him Steve!
What was the name of the monk again? It was
Did they say the name? I wasn't here for that episode, so I don't remember what the name was.
It was
Jeffrey.
no, his name was something with about hands.
The monk who sees in hands. Oh,
No, silly.
Busting hands. Punch with hands.
I didn't write it down. It was crack something, crack fist, right?
Crackfist. Yeah.
There we go.
Crackfist.
It was
Half
Crack Fist.
elven male.
That's right.
Then
So-
we shall call you by the monk's name. Then at least the name he went by, Crackfist.
You can call me Crackfist.
I am Abigail. And I think we will agree to help you in 2 days.
Well, I will meet you at. Let's say I will meet you tomorrow night after I've gotten some information.
You said
Here?
that this coronation was happening at one of their fancier churches, did you not?
Yes.
Well, we may be in luck then. I have a way to get us all, well, get some of us into that part of the city, a day pass.
No, I am
Just do it.
working. I'm working an angle to try to get invitations. But if worse comes to worse, this day pass may bode well.
How did you
Yes.
get the day pass?
Well, Jeremiah was very forthcoming with his rewards. But unfortunately, I only got 2, and she pulls out the blue coins. We
Wait
can
a minute.
exchange these for day passes.
I have a whole bag of those.
How'd you acquire that?
You what?
Well, when he died, I just, was that terrible person. Okay, you want me to say it? I was a horrible person and wanted to loot his body. And I found it.
And that is how you get rewarded.
I worked really hard for these.
I worked hardly at all.
Well, at least we know who's the hard worker in the group.
Well, we have a whole pouch of them now, apparently. So
Is that good enough for an invitation? Or do we
It'll-
need like
it'll be-
actual invitations?
it'll be good enough for a day pass for all of us, should our new friend here not acquire invitations.
Yeah, as I said, a fallback plan.
You got a plan B.
Now, you said something about being in a room for the next week. The
Yeah.
Fennec Wolfchild, thank you for the
Yes.
follow.
Due to our
Good. Stay
issues
like that.
earlier, you are what, just going to come see us at the inn then?
Yes. From my understanding, this elf was a regular. Shouldn't be too hard just to slip on in unnoticed.
That's convenient.
I plan my meals accordingly.
I guess so.
There's always like a schedule with you, mind flayers.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, brain at breakfast, brain at lunch, brain at dinner.
I eat when I'm hungry.
Okay.
I mean, we had someone that used to eat souls. Is it really that surprising?
I mean, yeah, you got a point.
So, I will meet you tomorrow with hopeful information. While I'm gathering such, I suggest you stay in your room for the quote-unquote week.
Yes, that does sound like a good idea. Perhaps you could escort us back to our tavern. You look like a guard now, and we really shouldn't be walking the streets at this hour.
No, it's dangerous at night.
It is, isn't
And-
it?
We can
I
tell.
am a dedicated servant to this people of Kamiraska. I will lead you on.
That sounds weird.
You kill one of their guards.
Well, he's not
Just
really
go with
like
it.
coming
Well,
Yes,
out.
officer.
I think that's the joke.
That's the joke. As he just turns and begins to walk away, kind of disappointed that nobody got it.
Hey, I got it.
I got it. Oh, both of us were like, "No, Rose, that was the joke." I'm gonna look back at the body real quick. How's
It's a
it looking?
skeleton.
Oh shit!
It's a skeleton with like the top of its skull just like cracked open.
You're killing me, Roden. All right, I'll begrudgingly go back.
All right, and as you are led back to the Blind Mice Tavern, I think we will end a little bit early for the night. That way,
Yay!
next week we can pick up with the, I guess you would call it, you're gonna Ocean's 11 a christening.
Yeah, because that went so well with the pet shop.
Well,
I mean, as long as there's no more double botches, we'll be fine.
Jeez.
I didn't fail this time. I'm so special.
yeah, that could have gone better in so many ways, but
Yeah.
that double botch was just like,
Yeah.
well, Jeremiah was in a ladder match and he didn't stick the landing, so
Yeah.
Oh,
Disqualification. Boo boo.
So, guys, that is going to do it for us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you again to We Are Nerdsmith for that awesome raid. To all the new followers and everything, we super appreciate it. If you guys didn't catch the announcements at the beginning of the show, this stream is sponsored by Roll20. They've been awesome and have been sponsoring our streams for the past couple weeks now. But the other news is this stream will soon be going to not this stream, but this game will be going to a new home starting on October 22nd. You can find Gibbering Mouthers over on my channel as Behold Roleplay begins to start going in a new direction, bringing you guys more awesome content. The show is going to continue on. It's going to be the same game, same people, same everything, just new home. And new name. We're going to be giving it a new name just so we don't, run into any copyright infringement issues or anything like that. But look forward to more of that information as it develops. But like I said, we are going to go on a raid. But before we do, Azrin, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
hello, my name is Azrin, your friendly neighborhood digital underlord. You can catch me here on Tuesdays with these amazing people. And as soon as I fix up some stuff, I recently moved. I'm trying to get my streaming area back so I can actually start streaming again. I'm going to be doing a variety of things as a variety caster. Kit building, live board gaming, stuff like that, as well as video games, and possibly, I don't know, it depends. I may even do some rocksmith. Depends on if I can get my base tuned up well enough. But yeah, look for that in the near future.
HB Fox, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am HB Fox, and instead of doing outros, I do ads now. And last week, when I talked about Roll20, I talked about the Character Mancer and the steps that I went through to create two different characters. One went within like 10 minutes and the other in like an hour and a half, and how easy to use it is. Well, I went back into the Character Mancer the other day, and I saw a new listing under the background selections for the character, and it was the listing for something called Faceless. I didn't recognize that right off the bat, so I looked to see where it came from, and I realized that it comes from this adventure right here, Descent into Avernus, which I didn't realize is available on the Roll20 marketplace right now. And you don't just get the adventure text with it, which is, I mean, that alone is awesome. But if you purchase it off of the Roll20 marketplace, you also get 28 maps with your purchase, and you get tokens for over 200 monsters, including vehicle tokens as well for the war machines that you can encounter in Avernus. All of the battle maps that come with it have the dynamic lighting set up for them as well, which is pretty awesome. And in addition to that, you get character art packs for all the various characters that are introduced, and you get a compendium expansion. I talked a little bit about the compendium last week, but basically what that means is it will have all of the spells, backgrounds, items, etc. from this adventure available in the compendium, that you can then just drag and drop onto your character sheet for ease of use during the adventure. So you don't have to stop like mid-game and go, okay, give me 10 minutes to type up this awesome magic item you just gave me into my character sheet. Just drag and drop. So if you're interested at all in playing this adventure, and I read through this book, I want to play it so damn bad, just head over to the Roll20 marketplace, which I believe is just marketplace.roll20.net. Search for Avernus, and it should come up.
And also, that's not the only Wizards of the Coast campaign they have. They also have Storm King's Thunder and Lost Mines of Fendelver, which I own both of them because I've DM'd them both on Roll20. So it's super easy for DMs.
Master Groudon,
Hi, how's it going?
I want to congratulate you first of not being the cause of the problems tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we could now put it as it has been 2 sessions. We've had 2 sessions without a Tickles related incident.
I mean, there's been others, but
I think I would classify shooting at a mind flare as a minor incident.
Nope, I wouldn't. It's a mind flare. That's attacking him is the normal response.
I didn't know it was a mind flare. My response was, he has a gem. He's going to do something with it. I want to shoot it out of its hand.
Yeah, then he did that badass deflect missiles on you, and
He caught my bullets
snatched
with
your
the
bullet.
pack tactics at 24. What the fuck?
That's
Magic
monks,
items.
man.
That's monks
That
and
too.
magic items. By the
Yes.
way, if you don't know, monks in 5th edition are bullshit.
Yeah, they are. It's awesome.
Hey.
That's
I,
why I,
I,
love
I
them.
resembled that remark.
Groudon, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I don't know anymore who I am. I'm just kidding. I know who I am. I am Master Groudon, everyone's favorite gunmouse and smut cow. Tickles and dice. Dice and tickles. Apparently, all Tickles wants is just to see her hubby and her 9 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids?
7 kids.
7 kids. Yeah, there we go. I had to count. And I'm a variety caster. I do a lot of games, flavor of the months, and for the last flavor of the month, it's been Borderlands 3.
Don't say anything about it.
I won't say nothing about it, but I'm going to tell you this. You're missing out, Azrin. You're missing
No,
out.
I am just patiently waiting and biding my time for April.
You're missing out. So,
It's all right.
Other than that-
When April rolls around, we'll be doing a playthrough of it.
we will be, and I will gladly help you. I don't know how that's going to work with Epic and Steam.
Dude, I have thousands of hours in both Borderlands 1 and 2 individually. I think I'll be okay.
But and a little bit here, I will be doing more Borderlands as well as tomorrow, and then I have to start packing because I'm heading to TwitchCon. So if anyone's going to TwitchCon, I'll see you there. I'll give you all the BJ's and Taco Bell if I can find a Taco Bell over there.
There's a Taco Bell in the mall.
You're getting both.
I'm not going.
You're going, sir. I want a big hug from you.
I
don't
can't go. Zorro,
I'll buy you lunch.
who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am Zoro for me 3, and I think my team slipped a secret to Ash that is hilarious. I am a variety caster / creative streamer. I know what I am. On Twitch, where I do everything from story-based games, RPGs, Dead by Daylight, starting to do some Final Fantasy Fridays, and then do everything from commissions, Twitch emotes, characters, and everything in between. I am here twice a week with these awesome people on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, getting in all kinds of terrible botched trouble.
And I am Rojan Quest. You can catch me here DMing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, as well as playing on Sundays. When I'm not here, I'm on my own channel every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, playing a variety of games. Right now, doing a very heavy focus with Final Fantasy XIV, as I am slowly but surely counting down the days until I can get my new PC, and then we'll firing up some other games.
What you getting?
What's that?
What you getting?
I'll send you the link for it.
Ooh.
But whatever I play, I'm raising money for Extra Life and the Lauren Small Children's Center. But that is us, everyone. And like I said, we are going to go on a raid. And if you want to join us on that raid, hit that join button up at the top, as we are going to go raid Ravenslark, who is our wonderful dwarf on our Dragon Age game, concussing all the blood mages. You can catch him here tomorrow with Fox, Zoro, and I as we play Dragon Age Blood on the Gray. But if you guys want to join us on the raid, hit that join button up top, drop our raid command of Behold a Raid a couple times in this channel, and we will see you guys tomorrow for Blood on the Gray.